Station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
The station is now the ultimate power in the universe, baby. Overview Radio, bringing you Overview Podcast with your boy Joey. Before I go in with Overview Podcast and all that, man, let me welcome you to Overview Radio, man. Like, this is your podcast network for human stories, for entertainment, for whatever that you can think of, man. We are the best when it comes to podcasting. Every week, Monday, Clueless up in here talking about the Gen Z things, Gen Z issues and all that. And every Thursday, myself, Chief Ghost, and whoever will be joining us will be delivering this whole thing to you guys. Yeah, welcome to the network. And like I said, this show right here is Overview Podcast with your boy, Joey Badubi Jr. And today we have a very special guest, man. Usually when we have Forex traders or whenever we watch Forex traders on interviews and all that, it's all about bragging, the money that they make and all that, the lifestyles and everything. But today with this one is totally the opposite, because this one is raw, unfiltered, honest, and truth. Someone who has been out there, someone who has been discussed in social circles, someone who killing a patola, as they always say online, man. Someone who killing there was this wave whereby the Forex traders were coming up and all that. They became socialites, they became influencers, they became your go-to people and all that. They were admired by the youth and a whole lot of people out there, man. But there's someone who really blew it, if I should say it, that someone who was there and then he got to blow it and everything, and he came down to earth and all that, and he came out to say his story out to the people and everything, and he decided to come here, join the Overview Podcast, and tell everyone out there Forex and everything going forward, man. His name is none other than Cyde Snr.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
Welcome, bro. You said something interesting, off camera.
Yeah,
like that Cyde is your surname.
Yeah. That's my surname.
Okay, what's the is it English or?
It's English, as they say. Back then, kakola being.
Yeah.
They say mdala, like our foregrandfathers.
Yeah.
And stuff. So he used to ke mokalaka, by the way.
Uh-huh.
So before the establishments of all these surnames and whatsoever. So he came about used to say I didn't know he was going, but now when names were coming into registrations about mang and whatsoever, and so now getting the storyline, he now got to be called Reside because of what he used to say. So I'm easily Reside. So I just got I get to into the story setting, but I hear it's like that.
Yeah.
So most people do call me by my name because I was a transition from some other school. So now I'm being introduced by the teacher in front of the students. So they only got to get the party I say name because it was interesting to them. So I remember some dude Asha was like, Cyde wale tlhakore. I was like, hey, no. So I got to be called Cyde. And then that's my name. That's my surname. So I just go by Cyde all the time.
Welcome to the show once again, my neck. You look so dope for someone who has fallen from grace, bro. I mean, the suit, everything.
You mustn't look the part.
You mustn't look like your problems.
Like I am. You must you pitching, you don't know who you're gonna meet. It's really presentable all the time. But
one inspiring thing about you, man, is that you were able to come out and then communicate with agents and everything. So I'd like to wonder how was the reception from people in general, stuff like that, because especially men communicate agents stuff like that, monna like why chafa and stuff like that. So how is the response now? And like what are the girls saying now that like
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But, I think the story comes from a long way because basically now on my storyline, I've been raised by a parent I want, lady. So a lady on her case, I never got to understand what happened and whatsoever. But next time mo pressure gape gore ke tlhaloganye gore what happened outside. So she was not like so best ka kgang tsa bo di finances and whatsoever. She basically came out outside gore tlhalosetsa re le bana ba gagwe gore no kana ke se re nang le sone gona na whatsoever. So now in a household e leng gore o itse gore ha motho ha sena selo kana a sena sone by that time, they don't need to hide it, you need to come out ka yona. So I think I just get that from my mother's side gore no ha motho ha ntsana tshwantse gore a appreciate gore gona na seemo sa gona na ha se lete gore e bo ka dira dilo tse dingwe. So now on my side, I once had some things, I was once there, but the reception, like you are saying, ya gore how's the response ya gore batho ba reng kana yang. Most of the times I absolutely don't care thata gore motho mongwe ta ntha a reng what's that, because only Joey kana only Chief Ghost, you might have a situation beyond mine. But because you never had the guts to come and tell me, I won't know gore wena on a situation in Tsinja. But now ha ke tla ke go boleletse, there's no point you can come at me ka yona. Ha ke go boleletsa la shapo no mfetho ha ke na zaka gona na and ke nnete bolete wena go ngaka nta ona zaka mo church, so wa re go ipolela mo churching corner to corner and you end up being not the proper you. Na ke le nna ha ke ikgolla gona na gore I'm good because going forward ke tso ha ke na sekering wena wa ka ntse ke na le sona. So the response amato basically now on my side is that I don't know where I'm getting that thing, but I've been like getting love all the time in people that I meet, in people that I inquire about, even though like the stories you've been seeing, someone can say, hey, dude, Canada, this guy owes me blah blah blah. The same guy you mutlo tletse, yana fuck it. Na ke batho go uta your story. Na ke a go ene ke a go tsa thuse wena o reng go tseditse ka yona or something like that. So it's supposed to be like that all the time. All the love and all the people. Kana ke a tsena mo bareng gongwe ke tlile ke batsile re no gongwe ke a ona cocktailing yana tse pedi and then I'm done. But it's popping mo bareng, I get all the love. People go, ke Cyde Snr, this is the big guy. Ono inda that go size wa tsara. E sure kana le nna ke be ke tlhabega gore ba ka ira yalo. We are people at the end of the day. There's still good people out there.
How does it feel like? Does it feel like respect or sympathy? How do you are you able to
judge between? I'm able to judge in between because the way moto how bualen your prospect, it tells me gore you are being sympathetic and ibile gape you're trying to make fun of the situation. You know I can help you. Ke sa re lo re ke go thusa. Kore I'm just showing gore ke a go nyatsa me ke a go thusa. Wa tshwara ke ra ya. There are some certain cases or certain scenarios, but tsa gore motho a le sympathetic they are there. And most importantly, it's like out of all respect most of the times. That's why people like come, my guy, so I'm giving you the respect. No matter what you're going through, just know that you still have my respect at the end of the day. Because of where you put me. Because I can put you on indirectly, I put you on. You get my point?
I get you.
So how you're finding me in like in a ditch, and when maybe you are up there, so definitely it's respect. Like and sympathetic, it's still fine. According to me, because I can mind everyone goes through that. So loud sympathy or respect, I think on my side is definitely okay. But the only thing say long feel sharp on my own. But then he or she's trying to make fun out of it. So but as strong as I am, I don't think otherwise.
Do you still have like the same friends?
Yeah, I still do.
Or like you lost some?
I still do keep the same friends. But the thing with friends is that as we grow up, we tend to like have different views or have different ideas more. yo mongwe go gona go no tshwara ke tsa tiro, he moves to somewhere else. Yo mongwe gona he's in shit like I am. Yo mongwe tshwere ke dilo tsa go tse di busy sana start something up outside. So I can say go background yana I still keep the same. But at the forefront, like we used to do, it's not like that. Outside.
I mean, like, what, like, since your downfall and all that, like the same circle of friends, bands about thing, or whatsoever.
Definitely. Some of them they pulled out.
Or like they skated out.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like after a while and then
exactly. Because in the line of business, it's all about money, dog.
Yeah.
It's all about making money. So ramangwe ke khanya ya mati
success
nna le ena re kopantse ke go batla go dira mati I get so if someone let's say ke ditong ke re go ga kara but yengwe e seem like it's limping because it's hurt what's that
yeah
gore le kara ile it can't go with the same pace because when ka re busa morago what's that
yeah
so at any case then I would understand I'm hurt I need to pick up my pace gore ke gone go kapa le mollo a bone so ha go ntsalo I think le nna on my case I think nka bona gore gongwe ke phula ka tselentseng jang ke ra mo go bona gore ke ska ba dia kana ke ska nna ka re ke ba busetsa go morago and stuff like that what's up
explain that to me how I don't understand like okay I get it's a cycle of
friends
yeah ba forex I guess
exactly
forex traders
exactly
so umpusetsa go morago yang when you trade like when your trades doesn't affect my trades or can I group trading or what
there is no group trading as such but basically I give you a thing more forex most of the times we deal about reputation you get
so friendships tsa forex ke tsa reputation
it's a reputation go re tsone ga ke go balela re deal ka madi forefront I get but then gape as solo as we are we deal with the reputation on top of that. Exactly. Or something like that. So, I won't say if I'm affiliated to someone eleng gore go abatiwa for the khanza bogodu. Wa abatiwa for the khanza ile da snacks kana di fani wa tsara. You as J2, either chief ghost ka moso o tsoga a direlo nyana but you are affiliated to him. You can basically Laos am molele direct, but you're shame my guy, something is wrong yana here. Let me just pull out a bit nyana. Then you can just hop on again when do delay sharp.
Yeah.
So when there's that thing, let's say give or take time and again. For a lot of you're still keeping that same distance. Because ke on a context in like go tlhalosa gore o bo busa mo because ha ile go ena gona let's say you have a clientele or rather a client na re maga ke na 100k ke batho dirang but motho a te go antsa research kana a tabogile le di social media wa bona kana this guy is affiliated to this guy but I'm trying to put money inside this platform what if he's in the same stories me gongwe ene ana le clinic kana something like that what's that
yeah I get the picture but it doesn't sound like genuine friendships it sounds like associations more than friendships like to the core but I understand like what you're saying
exactly
but like I'm saying like for instance like Chief Goose is my boy like he's my friend. You get it? No matter what, through thick and thin, like he's going to be my boy and all that. Exactly. Whether Umomo long or whatsoever, I'm going to be out there with him and all that. But, like, let's say if it's someone willing, okay, I'm with the Halalene, like I will push some sort of a certain mission, business-wise. Hana Momo long, okay, fine. It wouldn't make any business sense or get closer to him because that would affect my brand. Like that's just how I see it.
Exactly.
Yeah, like the forex friendships sounds more like associations than genuine friendships.
I think okay buy because more preferably kana specifically hagi simulus and forex ka yone. You must remember that I had like friends before ke kopana gongwe le batho ba bang mo industry.
Exactly. Yeah.
So ditsala tsa ka kana ra gongwe ke sa itse wena le ghost le kopaneleng but to me
I know like way back though junior school
exactly you get my point but I think now to the friends that I made in the market or rather the industry ha se batho ba ile rene ke tswa le bone ko you get
yeah.
ko ra ba itse ngwe ile ke le ntwana nkile ka lwa le mang go
Exactly,
sgela
yeah.
kana go sgela ne ka apara nqa zentseng jang so like the friendship I think ya ne ke go bolela re kopantsitswe ke khantsa go batla go dira madi but maybe like you're saying juniorship ya teng ya gore tse di junior ne gore okay you'll always be my boy like this like that ke bona ba neng ka dumela gore go ngwane re sa khagongwe ke gore industry ina antsa le yone gongwe ka re impule away from bona because of the distance and whatsoever gongwe neng ke bentse ke na le bone still now but I still have junior friends by the way
who are the notable forex traders that could like that where you're like that you are associated to then and like you are no longer associated to them now ever since you're downfall?
I don't want you putting it in a way ya gore gongwe I part ways le bone because of my downfall or whatsoever. But I still do keep for the names Kebo Scudi still my boy. Keith is still my boy. And like I had a small group but in a huge following in between you know, sir. I can come ngole Joey ke tla ke go buisa we have a session ya series dirang re batla trader re batla dira whatsoever but I get so maybe in your compound kana ko ne re setile teng. It's not like you're my friend at the end of the day. You are someone that I know. But the notable ones, like you're speaking, ba ileng gore re kopantsitswe ke no tsane di kgang tsa teng. Scudi, Keithy, Elias, and yeah, that's that.
Tell me, dog, like what's up with the like Botswana or Bohongwan? For lack of a better word, but forex ke buying. A tja khanya gore le tsana go trader o kana tja khanya gore le itolo wa phatola le nna ke a phatola so I'd like to associate myself with him.
Exactly. I think most of the times Botswana ba teng botla like that.
Both ways, like the both ways that I mentioned.
I think le se forex hela even rich people they associate themselves with rich people. Kore ke sa ralo ne really rich kana rich but ba ba le re ba mission wa madi wa tsara they always wanted to be seen ba le more wa tsara. So if I hear about a guy go ngalo ko serowe I mean Gaps he's doing exactly the same thing se se align and le se ke se dira I'm like I need to link up with this guy we can make a bomb out of that, a nuclear bomb and no grenade but if you fix that we make something very very big. So that is why at the end of the day okay let me link up with this guy because he's doing the same thing say lord ka se dira Botswana ba the most preferred bongwe botswa ha kae gone go mara hela di standards tsa Botswana you know where they come from. Can't go okay, can this girl act yana, ha act yana, has a sharp hands yana, but yanung hire open to Spani. How would you know that? What's our thing? Most of the time, easy here and there, but most of the time, runner open to Gana Kanya or Ungarba to the planets of Iramat.
So, like, how was the competition though? Like, is there, like within the forex circles, like is it healthy? Like, do you guys compete against each other? Because like you know how money is, dog. Like banana, you know, like how's something, something.
Exactly.
You know, like how like guy maybe like a strong colony, based on some stuff like that. So since your friendship or association more about making money, how is it like? Take us through the like that friendship and association inside the forex community or industry.
This industry it's one hell of a toxic industry, if I may tell you guys.
Tell us about that.
Competition is there, but indirectly. What's up? It ain't thought that any but someone wouldn't show you okay, I'm being I'm taking you as a competitor right now. What's up? Go hela wa go dira ka di actions tsa go because I get now ka mo khanela everyone is entitled to buying whatever they want to buy. Ha lo bana le madi a teng kana doing whatever you want to do because you are not gatekeeping. I want khanela wena gore ke dire so se dirileng before. What's up? But at one point more specifically go ka nna no one entertain because I was still a kid. When entertain, okay, this guy I send him maybe somewhere more filling station in Canada Dule. He's driving this nice thing yana. So my guy, what if I go sit down then and sit down trying to work Evelina give me so in a form of a thing, I'm being competitive. The moment when ke sa bo gongwe be ke mo latela ke ke bona gore let's say o tso reka go 5, let's say a basic go 5.
Yeah.
We I'm like, hey, exactly. So ke no na ke batla ta ke direng ta ke mo phale.
Yeah.
If he's got a 5, let me go get a 7. Ke mo ntshore wa tshwara gore khanya teng tsang.
That's how it is.
Most of the time it's how it is, cause le khanya gore ha ngwe di khang dintsalo gongwe o supe gore wena validation, you're always making money to like range kana. It's some of the things le re di a diragala ene ra di dira le rotlhe, not sidelining anyone gore no gongwe semama kana o dirana. But the moment ero dirile sengwe, let's say you are closed up, o dira sengwe, and then it has to be known out there. Just know that there's some type, there's some smaller and a bit of trying to get validation from others.
And I bet like is the competition that really gets you gets a lot of forex traders in trouble. Like trying to keep up.
A lot.
Like that's what really gets you deep into the dark side of forex.
A lot. Because from what you're saying, I'll get an example. The client most of the time na kweni dita. Rabuere client, okay, we set a meeting, revoke. What I go on now, I pull up in my web. He or she sees, okay, I have a nice web at that moment again. So the moment I like na tell on similar, okay, ntute ka ta go tshwana le wena. Kana go ta go dira ka wena o dirile, maybe even more. The person artare na hatse ena ba to go ithuta gongwe to go into or to venture into something different.
Yeah.
Basically o batla go gata mo di footstepping. Let me tell you a funny story. Ha ke ta ke gore mo industry ya forex. Basically I took notes from SA guys through the YouTube, Instagrams and whatsoever. So if you can look industry ya gore ya SA intang low level like one, it's just basically copying say those guys basidira. It's nothing more, nothing different. So now there used to be some guy called Waref Wayne. Those guys will pull up in different cars every day. You see he's pulling up with an RR today. Come also has a Ferrari. So come so na lekoli ya kete. So now you think that okay, no, when I pull up into this industry, I get that is my go-to thing. So I get different, different. Ke reke phone e rileng ke nna go apartment e rileng because re gata mo di footsteps tsa bona. And some others we can say ke di role model. I think ha motho le role model a o borela gore you like his style. So basically o batla go dira se leng gore wa se dira without omitting a thing. So ne go gona uta, and then sadly enough at the end of the day it leads to competition. One way or the other. Because I get go gata ga gatileng teng. So ya no go ngartsana le apeleng yana hale o tsholetsa mo sepele. Now you feel like okay, no sure ka ta mo heta kana gona na is way too small for my range because na ke mo hitile. In other words o gona o heletsa o simola khanya gore o compete indirectly ngwe le sa itse re are you on the same platform?
Would you say forex is a healthy industry or not a healthy industry? In terms of mentally. Yeah. Like, is it a mentally healthy industry or not?
It is when you know and you have a plan of what you are doing or what you will do with it.
Yeah, but like, let me rephrase that. How forex is carried out here. Is it mentally healthy or not?
Basically, yamo Botswana. Because I get da. Kiti industry da botok. Yamo Botswana, it is not mentally healthy.
Yeah, like it's not a mental healthy
thing.
Yeah, mentally healthy industry to be in.
What's that? Yada. At the moment. It has always been like that. Larenze thing ela singo stele sharp no go sanna sharp. What's that? Because we get clearly you're just pushing your own things. As far as go social media kana go kai you're hearing gossips, whispers. Gore kana ngwe ha wa dira na ka bonnete, you are lying. But when I go ka motsotso you say no. Trading ya mabana or something like that, I managed to make 100k. I get ko ena go rialo. But then and legitimately wa di real. khanteleng yana o tore no ga di khantse ke maka ebile gongwe o skemile batho gore gongwe o heletse o accumulate that money. It's two parts. You can legitimately wa dirile ka nnete go sharp, but gape go na le kgang ya gore gongwe ka nnete ba bua nnete gore gongwe ha wa tsa the legit way. You used maybe the name of Forex to pull funds from other people. What's that?
What do you mean? Tell us about that.
Getting to that point, when I look at more Forexing, there are like different services they will get offer.
Yeah.
What's that? If when I look at when actively you sit down on your phone, you make a deposit, or trader, you make that money. If when I at a given point, you're not basically didn't make that money from the market. The mentorship, you the services, the signals, you and then you got that money from that. So most people will put it in this way. No, those guys are not making money out of the platform. They're making money out of Batu Babang, Gadi services and all that. So that is what I mean in that context.
So, I mean, tell us the things that we don't know, because we're not like from the outside. We're not gonna this screenshot, like what did you mind? Stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah, like that things. Sorry, yeah, you know that's not his money. Like like winning, stuff like that.
With this industry most of the time, in most case scenarios, the loss they're not being shown that much. Even if someone comes, higher level industry, they want to tap in as soon as possible, because from thing or from the information that is being put out there, there are always wins. Sa 1,000 pool. E be ke mo kgagong go ma 300. Gongwe ke go jwa ma 300 a le mabedi mo 1,000 yo. I'm left with 300 onka mo fanda wa gongwe a bohelo. Ha ke go wina ka 300 tolo gongwe be ke wina, I'm just giving small examples. Gongwe be ke wina 100 pool. Ha ke wina 100 pool ka ta ke go supegetse kana ke wina 100 pool ka 300. Wow, you won. But you don't know at the background gongwe gore ke lose bokae 600 gore ke ta ke dire ke heletse ke dile that $100. What's that? So information ya the part ya gore the losses di teng, I feel like it's always being shadowed most of the time. Because even if la go tsena mo paging ya mongwe o rana forex kana o rana, you always see every time that always wins. No one is like literally wanna sit down and tell the people, guys, today I lost kana, for the past week I've been losing. Hey, there's some ba ileng gore ba ka bua here and there, but they're not giving it much attention. Okay, this Forex industry is a business like any other business.
You can lose, you can win.
You can lose, you can win.
Yeah.
Businesses you know tap again na skono again na shop ya go bula. E be ke thola ke sa rekisa foko. Maybe for this week. Yetsa na mbeki and then ke bula, everything goes well. That's right. So gore me at the end of the day you must judge kang ya gore your losses as compared to wins. What is the win rate? Are you going above credit 50%? Are you just on the losing streak? Because I don't believe in a case saying and then on the last month, on the last week, that's the last lap. Or better trade $700 or once. But what did you deposit initially? Or deposit, let's say, totally 1.1 USD. But he low win 700 USD, that is a win. But since doesn't the finance okay, this guy is running a business. Is he making a loss or is he making a profit?
Like there's just a lot going behind the scenes.
The funny part about this industry is that when you lose, it can be instant like that. But there's a special case scenario. Maybe when you win, you're gonna win so big, so huge.
Yeah.
You can even go to an extent or recover all those losses and even make profit on top.
Yeah.
But now, because the most important part about this industry one, I think it applies in every business, ke consistency.
The way you guys do Forex, like you said locally, how is it different from gambling? Like, how is it different from gambling? Is it, are there similarities? Like how you are explaining it now, it's like, okay, you know, why gambler, maybe like with high risk, I get high risk, and then you lose, and then like you can win huge.
It's
and
like we delegate Botogo casino.
Exactly.
So now let me explain this. Forex is an industry very recognized in this part. We could be seen. Student has no heta ko scenario kwa ibo to wa go tsena course. I think it deserves a degree at some point. It deserves a chance because industry you get to learn. But you don't just come and say ki dira kgang ya gore ke a tsena ki itse ga to wa go ira madi o ba go ira madi direct o sa ithuta gona na ke go tsaya ke go phamola ke re my guy you had gore ga ta motho a dira se jare gongwe wa rukiwa again so a re go phamola re go ise GPH wo go roka motho what you gonna do how you go dira tse di sha you should have went to UB first wa go ithutela gore motho o ro kwa ja and then that's when you can process wa go hetela kwa again. So Leon, I can definitely say I agree with you on at some cases more of like gamble for batho banzi because they don't want to take the proper channels. Tla we go rutwa ke motho o sa itse botoka kana sit down, get information ka yone gore how can you navigate around this maze, because it's a difficult maze, my guy, if at wa bala, and you need to be up to date ga dikgang tsa bo literature in English because ga rutiwa again how level how ngwe le se khwase pala gongwe for the break of something now you are lost, how you break what king you need to be somewhere paid. But then there are people ba ileng gore bone ba tsa tshetswa gore no, this guy made money o dile 10,000 mabane ka 1,000 le nna king ha ke sa tshedi pata tsam ke na le 1,000 ke a go mo fuela because ke re ka go kganela ha go a kganela gore wena o ska itshedela kana o ska ra motho re ntirele yana so wa go thusa ka botswa pelo o botsenya madi. How's not saying you are doing something that you are completely lost. That's all. And you lose first time. And you say, I was almost there. I get like a more gamut. Or some recent whom I want to sell. I said in Lavata, so to know. Later will be the rap. Conoria Megano Linkim Rugila and Nashabran next at the like a molatela rap. What I have is a dipata. When I listen Giana or what Mozart Molatela. Kana I'm poor. What's that? Because I have the skill. And I don't think they out to go maybe universities maybe to research about that. I see and it's a Forex Institute. Like the proper channels. Maybe the government is aware of that. So in that case, it do like about to buy they have information and they are not wrong for that. Because case study saying or grasp information at the one and use it, it works for the next 6 months. And then I told and keep up to date. What's that?
Yeah, man. What you like? What Cyde is saying, guys? It actually validates Lifetime Traders Academy. This Forex Academy is our partner here. Like on the podcast. Like they are accredited by BQA and HRDC, right? Yeah, HRDC. Like everything that you're saying, that's what they do. Like they're fully fledged Forex Academy.
Yeah, I think I've heard of the name.
Yeah, like they get you in class, they teach you theory, they teach you everything, and they explain from the beginning there's high risk and low risk.
Exactly.
And for you to make constant income, how you to focus on low risk.
Exactly.
Well, when I like the income here constant and all that, like certain, but once you go high, just know that you're going to lose high.
Obviously the risk is
yeah. So shout out to Lifetime Traders Academy for that.
Exactly.
But let me ask you this, my dog. Forex traders locally, because like there are issues. The reason why they always share they learn people trade. It's not like they make a lot of money trade. I mean, you were there, like you know the industry better than anyone now. locally, like, do they make a lot of money? Because also people always wonder, okay, why are they up hatola? Abang pushar no check it. You get it, you know, like how do they make money? Amand, trade la
Kore, before I cover, I'm going to cover it very well.
Okay.
But I wanted to cover since I already emphasized this industry is a business like any other business.
Yeah.
And then any other business has the opportunity or has that offer on a clientele.
Yeah.
Regardless, I just want to clarify on that. I think platforms like Bo Facebook and whatsoever, they're making billions as of now. But Tesla is a billionaire, that guy, and whatsoever. But every day he knows, he still posts people, come buy my car, I have a Cybertruck, I have this and that. So before everything is kind of misleader, every business has a clientele. But now, in this case scenario, from the structures that I've seen or around the agriculture industry, I hear stories, I do stories, I see stories, and whatsoever.
You have your own.
Hey, then I have my own story.
Yeah, that you'll talk about later.
Exactly, no problem.
Yeah.
So, most of the money that would be made now in this industry, here and all in all, honesty. The most capitalized point is by offering services to clientele.
Like which service in particular?
There's maybe where you get to like have a group of people coming in or router. Services like that. There's going to come a point or maybe I do trade on your behalf. Exactly. When it's more of like you are an entrepreneur, or rather you bring capital. You bring capital, I do it on your behalf. So if I have give or take 5 people bringing capital, let's say what I got 1,000. So now I have 5 different options on the table. Because I on their behalf. Let's say Smamang's account like a handler. I'm able to make 3K. Nice. We split the way we split.
We split it half.
It differs with how you offer your service. You half. No. Take overshadow it because I'll get 30%. You get 70 because you know how to go on a pay. I'm gonna tell you the risks. Hey, my guy. This is the risk that you are facing. And then maybe in the following day or in the next few hours, because the market is not so friendly like that. The moment you punch in the money, you know that there are chances like that. It depends how a handler experience how good is he or she marketing you. But I think point but I think traders they capitalize on those type of services.
Some around there.
Exactly, because
then we trade there.
Exactly, because
like I mentioned, basically a lot of local forex traders, they capitalize the services and we trade there.
Exactly.
That
is my case, and from exactly. So if there's someone out there more, the majority over minority, he or she might be in the minority. But majority, I do know everyone in the industry. So example why would someone say we did 10K yesternight but today clientele and he or she is capitalizing much more on aska overshadow di clients tsa gagwe kana iska negare o avoid a kgang ya gore a nna ntse a ifandela a dira because o letse o dile 10k maabane but now why o sa tseye gongwe 5k mo mading ao wa tsa wena wa ifandela o bole ka go itirela madi a ile gore a more than wa tshwara so ebile kgang tsa go calculate the risk management and tse ile gore at some point the devil is sharp because the moment how sa thusi client sharp kana go blowa o ithobaganya le batho wa tshwara ke re
I'd like us to get to talk about your experience, but before then I'd like us to touch two things. Go blower account, my guy. Tell us about go blower account. Account like blower hela like a big blower like that.
Tata. Account the go blower, it happens for everyone. Hey man, I have lost a lot.
But how much too? Like, what's the max that you have lost?
Max?
Yeah.
I do not know, but the last time I lasted. I've always been a big fan of what the
Yeah.
But I think to my range, because I remember at some point in a day I had lost something like 120,000 bucks.
120k.
Bruh.
Do mo blower.
Mo blower.
Damn.
It's nyana tota ke montsha clar.
Damn.
So yeah, no, Kubla account is very, very alive. It's very, very alive, and la motho hata go wena o mo tlhalosetsa kgang tsa teng kore he or she must know tota the risk sale or body tsena tota mo forexing wa tshwara because le nna ke gota go ra ke ntsana go ra ke come wena o le jo ipotologa around gaps o ba that trader gonana yo nthetseng are ha itse bothoko ba go lala a bloile madi a se simo sa mmele that ba ngwe ke madi a di rente ba ngwe ke madi a le reng no rumile go teno tsa mo reka di tire kae tsa mo dira this and that ba ngwe ke madi a le reng no go ngene le madi a mo tshelo re lona ta ke fast a mo ke madi a di million le reng o duela rent ile bona le lola sanse sign o ra million lo tata maitsebo ta ka tse ke a ria.
The over 100k that you blowed, like, was it yours or for a client?
It was mine. We'll come to that story when I'm talking about my things.
Exactly.
It was legitimately mine.
Yours.
And it's a very, very funny story. I'll tell you the story.
How libile
and that was not the max, by the way. I was saying in a day.
In a day.
Exactly. But Juanana, if I can look into the charts, because when you said highlight me, because so now I went back to those things. Like, okay, let me check. Where am I sitting? I'm sitting at something like 300, bruh.
Like you blew over 300k?
Yeah, 300k.
All together?
All together. Not in one place, but
so like you lost over 300,000 players of Forex?
Exactly.
Damn.
Oh, like a lot.
Damn.
So the kinds of thing, how do you level... everyone loses. Coming out,
no, like that's a quarter of a million.
Coming out and telling stories of guys.
$25,000.
Hey,
somewhere around there.
You wouldn't even imagine. So a client data can necessarily go tell us account they blow a cent. Client to go give funded 120,000 pullers. That's somewhere around maybe $9,000. Client to go ata wana na gongwe o batla o funda 1,000 pula. Akere most of the time ba batla o dira me ha tshepe tata gore nka dira go le kae ha tsara.
Yeah.
O batla go dira o tsenya 1,000 pula gongwe ke bona bo $70-$60, but he or she is expecting the best or the maxest profits di ka tswang gone ho. But untse itse re okay gona le chance gore gongwe madi a ka jewa ha tsara. So gongwe e gone re khwara because I saw most of the time account e be blowa go tsentse madi a tebe blow there and there o no simolola go ka $70 which ke bo 1,000 o simolola o tsa account ngwe isa go bo $300, but now because le babedi in that account ke monga account or rather motho o tsentse madi and let the manager, you're looking at the profit splits or the profit shares. Let's use 50-50 as an example. Ha ya gata go bo 4,000 kana motho o tsentse 1,000 gore la re ha le splitter 2-2 gore re ene o gain 1,000 hela. I get, because o tsere 1,000 wa capital le 1,000 wa mo gain. So ha ya gata gone ho ke madi a mantsi dog, but to you as the manager or kana client lo tsentse di gone o dira o bo feel or let's just extend at least ngwa ka dira bono bo 10k re gone jama dia a but then ha o gata gone go ngwa bo $300, now di theditse ba tawo di tsatse di next day di a cover. So now you blew the whole capital and the whole profit that you had made trying to go for further targets. One thing
that I know, my guy, one thing that I know as a podcaster, as someone who's like who's active on social media, like who's a character on social media and all that, I know that the things we see on social media are not real. The lifestyle we see on social media is not real. Sometimes some of the things are real, but we are only shown the good things only. You know, I wouldn't want to see, like, to show people my bad side or whatsoever. I only display the good things only.
Yeah.
So tell us about these lifestyles that we see. It's a Forex, my nigga. There are a lot of individuals, Forex traders and all that, by now they portray a certain lifestyle. Is it real or is it not real?
Remember the case where I came, most of us, gona le batho ba ile re nna ba mfolloile from around, but rona ka ne re tswa ko teng ko re tsereng bonyane bo re bo tsereng teng ne ile hela gona ya Jozi hela gaufi wa tsara. Now how ntse le mo industry we got to realize man, those guys ha o le ka kwa gona le khantsa bo re gate bana ba renta dikoloi for social media pushing, because I told you
for cloud.
Kang ya gore for cloud sometimes, and gape gore kana this thing is a business like any other business. So for you or for rather someone gore ate go wena ke ha dumela a bona madu. Let's say wena gona you are saying you have a Porsche. When I le Porsche, you want a Porsche. I get me how can we afford a Porsche, but you know what, if you had how can own a Porsche, clients digata did okay, this guy gonna made money element I buy let's regulate this Porsche. What's that? So kakwa hanziki level the stories that thing I got to realize most of them bana ba gona rongwe ba tse madi ba go rent and come and portray gore
is the house.
Like
is that car.
So that client level, this guy is living big, this guy is blah 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 blah. So let me do that also. So go build like base.
So like that's the same thing local.
And then now we come this side. From this side, because now I want to believe Forex was there before Ronabo side, we came in. It was there. But now, we got in and tried to flip that in a way in a suitable for Batubailing Horianong that actively there. Because youth are by that time, I get to one about dealing because none of youth are still a kid. But okay, those guys are sort of high pay local. But to buy a lot of Jamadia Bono, Yabo, the businesses are born, but they are known. Some of the businesses are accommodate everyone. So now when we came, Forex was still there, even in the shop. But we came with a vibe. We came with a vibe. Now it was turning heads. But what kids, youth, now said, okay, no, sure. Let's give this thing a chance. The stories that I got my guy, to try to learn. This guys, okay, my guys, I see you are pushing and everything is getting there. I think we actively didn't do the part why rent a Golf 5. Me gona le madi a Golf 5 mo pateng, because le rona kana ha o ka level hustle rona, the gap between rich people, so rich people and batho ba bang ba normally high kalo. If you've visited other countries like Botswana, you'll see the difference between the rich and the poor gap at the tone. So we didn't need much to get people on board. High lo to Golf 5 fella it's into sound there you are a vibe around town. Because hasuru moto toka a get to go go similar ke go bata million ke go reka Rolls Royce gore batho ba dumela Forex ya bereka kana ya outside. So we didn't obviously need khantsa bo di platform or similar let's mama hey, are you renting a car rato renta kule na. We just made what we made re gona reka hela. All my cars that I bought, there's never a car lorry, it was never in my name. And the gongwe sa tsiko garaging Tse dingwe di le teng tsa di-second hand, but we are always used to that. Gongwe gona na e le gore wa to reka pholo, you know, gore no gona o etsa still ha o ta ke o e bontsha malate ke starch mo go bona ke ke kole ya ka e ntšha, so it's always a vibe gore hela ke gone go ntsha madi ke e reke. But hela ga ntsa bo go fake gongwe go ne re nna teng or no, I'm faking gore I'm staying at this nice apartment tsa go kae. Nah, we never go to do that. Gore kana o rekile kana o dirile yang wa tshwara kgantsa bo go reka bo di-asset. I've never had di teng but di bits and pieces. It was just someone doing the extreme hela gore about to dirial, but most of the guys around they were just getting stuffs for bone as compared to that industry ka wa tshwara. So ga ya bo fake it only comes to ngwe ya point ele gore ngwe go reka bana ba ka reka, but gongwe kgang ya gore gongwe ke na le zaka e kana gongwe ra emella gongwe go ya clubong wa tsena go clubong go 2 ya 7,000 gongwe 7,000 ne le wa go tshega le go thona. That is the only thing. Kana batho le go clubong ya popping bottles the dirana gona ka nyora go reka madi ka tswang teng a mantsintsi a tshwara. But I mean it's not wrong to have fun, but ke yone hela kgang ile gore go wa kanya ya lo itse gore malite ba jile madi ka ntong na re ja madi a bo helo by that time. Ha ke re itshepile gore ka mosore ta nna ha se be re spana re dira mang. Wa tshwara. Mara hela kgang tsa bo go fake and whatsoever, they were never popular like that around.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Let's talk about shoe, my guy. Before go nna go ntse kana go nna le go palamela,
the rise.
Yeah, the rise. Kindly take us through that quick. Okay, you keep on mentioning where like when these things are happening and all that, and then how did you get into forex, and then how did you quickly go up there
like that? Yeah. So story ya go bolela from the background ya olidiaka. It was never a platform e leng gore o kare kore ha gitsire is that the proper way e reng ka e dirisa. It's not because when I was average ne ba leng gore that family okay la di ends di sa meetang but ba average
economically.
Exactly. Ba sharp, and then go nna le ba how di mo ga bona, but now I want to go beyond or rather below kanya average.
Below average. That's how your family structure was or is.
Yes. I get. So even if I get a girl, so I had done my senior level, get pasiela sharp because I was very, very, very focused by that time. And the results are very, very, very good. So I had opportunities in the buyer to come up with kang ya go look forward now. Yes, gela and whatsoever. So nega apply the college bo beauty, bo UB, and go tle go no apply the thing. The point is tsaka or rather my grades ne di nteta gore any university in Botswana ka ntare yes come. Ra o tlhoka tota ebile wena wa tshwara khantsa
like uno scorile boka.
I think 47. Yeah. I think I had 5 A's and 2 B's and C somewhere there. Yeah. I think C nearly babo biology. I've never been a big fan of biology. Sure, Kim. So the results are gonna they're good like that. So now I had an opportunity. Dream ya kana it was to go to university, but you know, as growing up as a kid, that dream you about and dream I want to be a policeman, I want to be a doctor. I always wanted to be a pilot, like big time.
Yeah.
So by the time it was 2018. Khati wa DTFO iwa di khang hela tse leng gore they were not proper by that time. Kana no remember I have options on the table. Ke nna ke sentse ke tsore ka toa ka tsone di ntse re zo target. So ha ke level around there used to be the school. I get sentse re teng ne se bitsa kana ke FMA or something sa aviation, flying mission what. I remember. And there was one in Commerce Park. By that time DTFO it can't sponsor those institutions because had he accredited or something like that. You get the vibe. I get. Haba ga ba khona go sponsor bana ba bateng bana le kilo tsa go ya go, but check na di results am kana di ntadire ki goody I stand the chance le bona ba nkamogetse mare government can sponsor gore ke go. So now we were told re ka tsa ge PA cause no go planela gore bana ba bangwe ba go tsena go Cape Town. So now go akanyeng gore ge PA, and remember my old lady is not used to khantsa bo di GPA ko ra ke ta ke mora ke re kana bo mata ba ka ba ne ke nna le bona mo strateng ba ile go university. Now I'm still home ke emetso di TVT sign. It was one other story now. So I decided now I think this is where my dream comes to an end because had the gap year, I can't do gap year. Let me just compromise. Something else. So I went on UB. It's a UB. Mo UB ne medical laboratory. There's a course Bachelor in Sciences of Medical Laboratory. It's a health science course. I did my 3 semesters that I was in because I only did first year complete. Second year did first semester and then that other semester the official explain. And the logo UB was very, very good because I was just a newbie around town, so most of the time I spend Francis Town.
Okay.
Yeah, I used to be in Mataspe there.
Yeah, like that's where you grew up.
The GPA I think my first GPA first exam I did 4.7. Yeah, we did 4.3. Yeah, we did 4.3. There was never a GPA of mine that was less than 4.0. And mind you, you know how the university structure works.
You know, I never really got to understand this thing, the GP, because now for me, I'm Negidira AAT. AAT is either you are competent or not competent.
Oh,
and
so
like
let me
competent,
say,
they give it 70%.
Let me say,
not competent, they give below 70%. Like GPA is Panaya.
I'm just gonna be rough on that.
Okay.
It had like a 5.
Oh, yeah, like a 5.
5.0. So it's like, how do you rate this 1 to 10? How go to Motare? It's a 9, it's an 8. Right? That's a good score. So out of 5.0, the first GPA that I did was 4.7, 4.3, and 4.3 again.
Hey, man.
And then coming on to the next, and when I was in university, my guy, remember, anga ka letsa lady na hona hongwe ebe antirela hongwe letse hongwe ke shota ka sengwe $300 nyana wa sengwe I need to push my things as gela already akana kuri esure kana ke monya sa kana ya I knew she wasn't in that moment ta horo ka nthare hongwe o ka ntsha madi a o ka potlako hongwe ka simula hongwe a go a batla because readily available hayo watsa so now I was forced gore ke hustle back then in UB that's where a little bit of popularity came in ka yona Neke hasla my guy. UB, I think adventures banaba ka 17 to 20,000 students and personnel included. That's the population ya Basco. So I came in. Can I get first year remember? And you know when you're a freshman in university, you're always afraid because the senior guys mogolo nage. So now I got notes from some other guys. There was some guy. Shout out to him. Nabizwa Max. Rana di business nyana. That guy will literally do anything. So at one point I will realize that guy is always so it's like nah, let me tap in. I think 2-3 months there's no second I was in too. Library because it's a big institution. When I do computer, and buildings like 247 and stuff. So the computers they can't emit sound because high emitter it disturbs. So what's in your headset for you to get the sound? So I was like, okay, that's a loophole. But the headset, the headset. I was doing card holders. Because UB operate card holder everywhere. Student ID. So okay, hustler all of those things. Before I learn see it can even tap in.
For real.
Exactly. Nice. So those the buyer the cover the sticker the laptop I used to do all that shit.
Yeah.
What's up? So hustler like that. I used to like hustle. So now it comes to a point where reading what. You know when you're always searching all those websites, there are always like ads. Download this. So now one time I'm just bored, I'm just browsing. Man, you know all those that are scams. It's like they're phishing. Man has just made 500,000 from blah blah blah. So open an account with this and start trading too.
Yeah.
To them, that's scams because dira caption capture attention.
Yeah, definitely.
So I'm like, okay, let me give this a chance. So I do my accounts, whatever. Account. So entire deposit, I'm like, so why not try the least possible amount? It wouldn't hurt. So I level minimum deposit in a IQ options. that is just, I think, a start that we did back then. It was IQ options. So I set up my thing. There is a visa. Fast at $10. I think that's about $150. So now, let me try. So I'm just playing. Kinsa kana ke research ka YouTube videos ka or can this keeper. Playing. I ended up making, I think my first one was like $70. So I check out $70 is like 700. Okay.
$700, yeah.
Looking at my business rate, 700 is a lot.
Yeah.
So why not try to extract it? My dear, I make a need the because the biggest case scenario on all those platforms that you online, it's you channeling money and seeing what I make a need, can it go out? So the entire that process after about 24 hours, I was like, alright, cool. Following day, I get so I like notification. I think Billy the reference. Let's go. My guy. I'm like, this is it.
Stop playing. Yeah.
I'm like, this is it, my guy. So I pull up for first day. Like, what a little monga. I'm fana kabona. Kana get kwata dilo. Ka 7 pinikio. So what am I? Are sir. So those guys, I'm not a gatekeeper, by the way. I always like every time I have something or that I'm pushing. What's that? I read your idea or hello and I'll go stick him out in an idea podcast. Mara, I'm sure Mungaluna can I pizza. And then I'm so I'm always like that. So I pull up with that guy. Harna connection internet. We are now forced to go to that go to computer dealing thing. We go to the building. Monza. 2 minutes give them dollars orange money fast my FNB ora go no deposit le no wa transfer na kamfana ka wa vena 50 mfana ka 50 wa tsoke bokae 5 clip hey so kana no bile go bula di group gantele wa tshwara go ntsa
mali gona ka lumile thapo
mali ka mo domo ra ba tsenya bafana ba tseng. So check, I made 700. I can get madi running all those things about the headsets and whatsoever. I get 200 kaletsatsi, and that's a lot. But check, dude, I just made 700
in a day.
And I didn't need to like bother anyone to do that. So I just sat there, did what I did in my computer, and then money came out. So I'm like, let me give this a chance. So for the following week, I wasn't. But I was logged in. Even by that time, I went on ahead to the marketplace. Second hand, but 300 fast. Because I need focus. So I got spanner. Yeah, I got research. Facebook, check out who is around bots who did that. So I figured some guy, shout out to Kege, that guy nampolela information too much. Already by the time there were already guys doing that. He had information in information had a newbie. So I'm just doing the least you can do how local forex say. Good IQ option. So now tatara yo mungwe gape kya gono frustano mungwe yo mungwe aromo gaps. Shout out to him too, Ken Butcher. Talk to that guy, my guy. I've just figured this out. Can you pull through on check okaro kaino ke mo UB back then ke UB san sa tot ko rona ma itiso so a go le Friday ana ba reno ke ta go check Friday because they be dintsha kopanya ma itiso le go check asara. So he pulled up around by my lunch time nyana that guy ile la tsena na tsama ka test. So that guy pulled through ndara ha ka ke amolo ke no ga ba ke time e nya re kopana. I'm like, yo. So this guy is doing what I just figured out and is pulling up with this whip.
Yeah, with
the whip. Dude, I'm pulling up with the whip next week too. I'm in the right lane. So I check up on that guy. That guy what? And like this guy information I'm sharing is like, yeah, the information thing. So he ended up switching me from Seneki Cyde abantseng etsa information elore ene le botokanyana. So now ke a utoro ke dutse di tsamaya sharp again.
Yeah.
So ra tswala fetu. A re sno tswala sgela. Still I'm pushing that thing. Ke a go ga kwa I'm logged in gape. Ha ke le go ga kopana le my other guy. ke a mmontsha le my guy go gaps kwanong kana gaps again nna re sa le ka goelelwa re lekwa so I'm like le nna mfedi ke bone line ano a re go dira so uta line ra go dira madi ke a mo ruta le ene go le ho late gore no ha re itse dilo tse dingwe le rona ra hopoletsa but eventually skipping all that we managed to re start and then there's one thing that I did when it comes to risk management and whatever e be ke go di thuta against because I'm one person le ke rata go research. I'm always up there ke research. So if you go to risk management gore no kana go go dira yana gore o heletse on profitable, consistency is key and whatsoever. So I had this other strategy and it was working. I'm thinking of using it in the future ha ke simolla ke boela go forex. I used to sit down and say, okay, I realize industry in a madi like they're saying it's $1 trillion industry flow. So why not sit down and how about that $1 trillion in that day? Can I about the madia kalokela in a day? Let me just sit down and say, Hanka dira 300, that's $23. Hanka dira 300 pulela ka letsatsi. Converted to 30 days, that's 9K. Okay, let me just be reasonable because some other days on sharp. Out of 9K in 30 days, let me just start 3,000 for my bed. Kita 6,000. Ha ke re ke lebela 6,000 ke a botsa around ke a utlwa no 6,000 kana ke di salary la tsa batho ba ile gore ba ile go squealing sharp. So I'm like fuck gore la re le nna nka nna le a platform yana gore ke diretse ka tsela ntseng jalo so I sat down for a while nyana nna le orange money yana le one FNB tsena go bankeng thata fixed e be ke simula go dira it was working so khantla yana ke go level account am ke tla account am ena le bo 48,000 I'm still a first year kid second semester
bro
check I'm like yo I got to restart ke go ke letsa later go mongwe phakela ke mara mana ke go fix wala mo ke bona BM ngwe bile ne le E46 year black trans e kwalwe 23,000 the guy seems like ena kolota batho le ene le go pawn shop yana go le ditoritorial so ke a mo letsa ra communicate nta reno ke mo block 7 ke letsa le itori ke makereno ngwana ka gore wena o tshwere koloi na le koloi ile gore 9 etse ke borrago ene you know some other students they drive so I'm like my guy pull up to school ke a check le ito mongera tsana re mo check mo 7 we do our deals fast bile ke se ke go no a khara chao ke a khorile chao now I'm pulling to school I'm pulling to school ke na le chao mfana so kana ke se ka change mo madinga so I'm like ai chao ha impela e bata sound nyana for the honeys so re le go no vibe sharp bile ramle tega no re bata di khote re tsenya sound ra tsena go bile go lito re charge fast no set up yo tenka le tsenyetsa ka 7,000 ke re tsay remember I'm working on a budget of almost 50,000 so ke ra le 6x9 ke ra sound that in the 6x9 go di subwoofer ta di venom mo kwatlo go so I'm like anka sala ka 10,000 hela nka sala ke le ka go pusha gape yana I'm driving to school, my guy. I was driving to school on my own whip, and there's some picture. The first one that I took with that car, Kilemo you be a building, Holomaitua, a car it's again sana, Billy pick diatana, Kelodima BM. Get mama made it #Forex. So that's when guys started pulling up. Now that's when my guy Scoot pulled in. A very similar one recognizer.
Like he was trading by the time, okay.
He was trading by the time, but Len Ale low key and stuff like that.
Okay,
so now okay, some guy pulled up Lene. I pulled up to him. By the time he didn't have a car, by the way.
Who?
In a potter.
Oh, okay, it's good.
So Harts and I chila Lene and like a moneta talk and I moneta morale and Lene. First Lene he gets his first whip. What's out in Yakoloi, as not in Yakoloi. Kana by that time I was still a student. Hagli student and I go no, I think Kiboni Salaba Maru. Yahira Madi. Why not shadow this? It's because we literally sat down and like the budget, the forecast is okay. If Regadiriana for the next 6 months, can or higher more 3 months in Dira 50,000, in the next 6 months in Quebec, 150, and it's a lot. So I can invest in this, I can do that. But we didn't know the pecs.
Definitely,
So now we start the friendship. Kid pulls up to that we decide to stay together. sengwe la go simolola go ira madi and ra upgrade le dikoloi batho ba simolola re bona re na le mebala yo mongwe penta mmala yo mongwe penta mmala so now batho ba re bona around town because la gongwe re pull up la gongwe re tsena mo maitisong we like go with all the cars.
Can't like you keep on saying Keith. I'm not Keith. Is
Oh,
it the guy
Keith,
who had issues with Ratman McCoffee?
yeah.
Oh, that's the guy.
Yeah.
Hey, okay, yeah. Carry on.
You know what go mo tshwara head.
Yeah,
no, I thought you wanted to meet talk about that.
No.
It's right.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's one of my boys.
Oh,
okay. So we used to stay together. Go
Makes
pushiwa, go teng wa tshwara. So now you're in the industry, but they're still pulling up, and I want to believe we were one of the first people to get like clientele in because recruit and not one. So they know those guys are always pushing like that. So rekopana le batho, we always meeting clientele, rira madi le rona, amantsinti, what's that? So now by that time, remember I'm from a background e leng gore ke rata a live business. Give me that, I give you money. Give me that, I give you money. So I've always been a big fan of that. So exactly. So I've always been doing that. So how guess now dire dikgang tseo now most of the times gongwe la gape ne ra gongwe ke seno tsa zaka from rather kana ke duetse ke di client gore ke di direle kana ke tradetse ke tiretse madi a me or whatever I got the money from, I would try to invest, or rather isn't try to, I did invest on other things. I remember at one point I had 2 cabs tsa di Honda Fit. I had 2 Honda Fits ne ke di rekile di nela close up friends gore ba leka o di pusha, but you know how business is when you include friends. Khanya teng ha nke di tsa sharp because la hata since o monela di ata metsing because ke later at the end of the day. So yeah, fail. I'm like fuck, let me sell these things ke le go tshwara cash gape ke set up engwe. I set up and that ya dijo ka go maru a pula ka tsena ka tlokweng. I used to have a store there sa dijo. In a day ha ke re ngwe ke se bona se tsena, I was partnered with some guy ke ne ke bona re walking away with like bo 600 kra profit a letsatsi, excluding the expenses. So that is a lot.
Profit, yeah.
So anzo go tsama na gape ke lose interest ke sa tswa go tsa 600 gona maitse ba ke trade ke dirile boka ke dirile 10,000 gore 600 to lo ambor because I'm in an industry lo re dira za ka e buy
cash ya e buy
wa tshwaraganya teng. So ya no ke nna gape ke leka go set up engwe gape. I'm always bored because time and again ha ke re ke leka go set up I am bored along the way because ke gira madi a mantsi. I'm overshadowing the real things seleng gore now nkebe di le baya cause nkebe di itsetse ka botsone cause ke sa le moro the real world operates like this. Madi a accumulate gore a itsala ona ka bona 600 to ka mosetso gele 1.2 ka mosetso gele 1.8. So I must not overshadow this because yone tsenya madi ka ikotle ka iketlo wa tshwara
definitely
nna nkebe ke itsoreng ke tsa madi ka ha ke le ka tsenya ka.
Yeah, but you missed that.
I missed that point.
Yeah.
So that is my journey in kgang ya go tsena gore ke heletse ke itse bo forex and all that. But now it came to a point e leng gore ha ntse ke dijalo kana no clientele now ke tsega le next time o itse ke batho ba le baya. So now ke simola go tlhahala no. I want to believe that re tsana mo kgang ya gore ha re ntse ke tsama e be ke re okay let me invest in this craft. I want to believe ke mongwe wa batho ba ileng gore bana ba dedicate craft ya gore okay let me buy this ke ra around ke tsenyela di computer tsa ka something se wa tshwara mo ntung. So I went to
Trading room.
exactly e be ke move out kone re nna teng le majita but we are still together though.
Yeah.
Ke move out ke re no I went on e be ke ona go tubetseng ke tsenya. The other bedroom was specifically for go dira spane saka hell
For forex.
exactly
For trading.
so I sat down ke ra saka buyer ebilele kana I was using FNB by the time but recognize that they're calling me that my guy we need to upgrade this account because it seems like you're pulling up now. So ebile ke nna le personal manager ra gone gore okay if you ever have problems how simole wena o bata gore o tsene ka di line just call this guy.
By that time, like your account was sitting on Bomakai.
Roughly there was one point yenkileng ka e bona ile ko ma 340 something alone. 340k.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, like.
So ya no ke a get dedicate wa go te no It was not a black. It was I think platinum or something. Onela le manager nyana wa tshwara gore o itse re eng ke. So mara thing I had just made it out of forex ile withdrawal I came at one point. So ntse gape ke lose the direction, remember I guess not so go iteboga fa same date. I think I remember one point ke go reka koloi tse 2 in one day. I went to some garage and Mogodisane bought one car. Young later can I dispose of what I was like, no, it's on same day, my guy. 2 cars one day. Raga Audi S5, Raga Go 6 GTI, same day. I think totally didn't cost 200k. Initially, my name was Dira. I got withdraw in 500k. But then Raga Goli Mole, if let's like city on 340 more. Okay. That's why I get at one point. Okay, take on some gore ke a be for the using yana tsa dionyana a mongwe ta ke le go ga fix ke bua le ena bra go tonta nthusa ke a mmolela gore okay no set up this account ila tsa madi a shiftela ka go fix the account. Okay no sure I'm still with my guys. I'm still pushing them. The girls are there, but by the time I was still with my baby mama. I have a son, by the way.
All right.
So everything is nice.
What's his name? Your son's name?
Ethan.
Ethan.
Yeah, that's my son's name. So I Ethan
Crane.
That opportunity. Let me try to set up because I'm a more business-wise person. Business I think it's already saturated, guy. More gaps. It was more of like an eatery. So by that time, I get level go get to get to vibe like how Boma Media are doing, Badubi they're doing, they're pushing you see, those are some of the things by Hadi Nana Kwating, Hagi Diakanya, since they live here and there, but I was like, no, let me not pitch at the side. Taking a go gate. I don't know if you know a place called Francistown. How just before the bridge, just a local police station. Yeah, Area W. There's a place called Area W. How there's a place here director. It's a registered setup. The pellet and whatsoever. That is my place. I haven't
taken note of it.
Yeah, that is my place. I set it up around roughly 40-50k to set it up. For Botswana, people Bata. It's a very, very busy place because there is no way how Okachamo Francistown
even now.
It's busy like that.
Oh yeah.
I set it up, but then I guess no way set up like gaps because I ended up dishing it. Even now, it's still dished. It hasn't operated, but from the date I have ever since set it up.
Smoko?
Hey. In fact, business I think that's one of the reasons I level a live business. How set up that business? It needs you full time, or rather remember I'm based in Gaps, and business eko Francistown. So that shift alone anka shift la business kwa kana ke business go hire e khonne ya go nela go bo 1000 ka letsatsi. What is 1000 to me? But na ke in the next few hours ke gonna be 3000. Wa tshwaraganya thing. So it wasn't like making sense. But I always had the heart ya gore me nka boela because do no plan am nelo re ke go e nela some other guy aba e rana na ke tata ela go after a month kana after bo biki re balance ka bo di phone kana after a month ke travel ka kwa wa tshwara ke go dira kanya thing. So I ended up ke tswahela mo go nelo.
It sounds like you had a very solid plan. Ke a tshwara go ra no like I'm on invest na go mo
exactly
like on your other streams of income and all that. But what really went wrong? Or like what really happened? To a point okay now I'm getting in trouble.
Now you remember
I have this decolo to this and that. Yeah.
Remember I've told you about I've always had bigger ideas than Forex because now I've always wanted to use Forex as a tool. You can fund to get through the line. The business is I did that. So I ditch. I'm like, okay, kana ke dirisa madi go ntse ke reka dio tsano ke itse ka ra device shop gore la reng ke lose madi ke a go batla go boa gape ke a recover akere. So now it ended up ke tsena mo point e le gore I'm now saying let me not do this. Let me focus on go dira madi ka forex. I think I can devise a way ye sharp. So I punch in ke leka go ira zaka e kopane. That's now kana gore I've already like spent a lot trying to venture on this, venture on that, and do a device shop kana on the process ya go take go regular structure go get to say I did a couple 50k.
Yeah,
50k
you
is
lost 50k.
Hey, it's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot of money.
There was some point in motho mo ke le ka o se mo offer ke kana o ka se tsa sentsalo o tila ta se le ba ga bidi ga rara nka gonela 9 la mfethu 9 41 to the ground. When I go easy because I'm keeping the receipts.
Yeah.
And hanga ka ta ngwe ke simula ke rekisa go gane go ra ke re bona gore go mo ke tso reka diplanka tse bokae. I'm just giving you a price gore at least ha ka mpola wa bana. So if it was a shop I already lost that man. I ile to the ground.
Yeah.
Le go forexing remember ke go boletse gore a se re lantse ke tsaya madi a ke isa ka ga ke lose.
Wa lose.
And point when go ra ke re ke rata go e dirana. Na a ke na le zaka bra ka I don't trouble clients. Yo tota a ke se go ke le ke gore gongwe ke le ke go invested mo yona. Ha o ka nela 100,000 gona nka mpa ka go check gore clientele ya me yang half the 100,000 that's now hela. I will never go up to a client ke itse gore I have the opportunity gore nka tsaya madi from my account e be ke fundela e be ke jail. What's what kra? Because look at this, the rewards are big. Ha client gona ata are ke mo trade le $2,000 ha ke go dira $30,000 that's $400k. Gore re ke speed 200. You see now gore metsa teng ha wa balance it yanong what if nang ke be ke sa ifandela that 2,000 gore ha ke tsa 30,000 e be le wa ka wotlhe rather than ke mo share le a client. I'm not saying go dira le go bad but you know gore ano bo lose mali
like the profit margins.
That's right. So now every time I ke na le zaka ke prefer gore ke leke gore ke bitse di client ke nna ha se pele ke jwe pele go ngeta ra ke lone ke na le 10,000 nyana has now hela ke re damn it I need to recover this. So ya no ngwe ha client ata re ta ke mo thuse yana ke gone ke re okay no so ngwe nka recover ke mo tradeela kana re ke mo rute o ka nnela 1.5 yana nka mo ba ka ke recover wa swara. So by that time remember madiali. So now floating yana ne ke setse ka yone ya ka ne ke go bolela ha stola le teng ke a jelwe a mo ke a diriso you know I have bills I have cars tse di tlhokang fuele lifestyle sonzo ro apare sonzo ro gongwe o tswe if need be. So Maria go fix that. I remember at one point can I fix something like can I go 150. So I let that guy my right guy what are my dear at more current now can talk
like for lifestyle
as not as for lifestyle but gore ke gone o phetsa dio tse dingwe me gape at the same time ya ka go bole gore ka ne ke itse gore ke na le zaka mme ke batla o ntse ke ifandela ha ke batla o sokodisa e pelo a me ke ntse ke rengwe ke emetse client kana ke emetseng wa tsara ka to go ifandela. So ke letsa that guy kila re go advise the way they know how gore no kana you can move that money yana at least we have some other offers kana go bona ba ka ya client a bone ya tsama wa tsara ra tsenya madi a morana monolo tsenya madi la a dira a bulela sharp I get penalized for doing that ke ra ke banka kana. So madi la tsena ile la tsena ise go ke re ka moso be ka khomogela ke re no ta ke funde $9,000 I think ke ntse ke tshone lo ba ka le tele tsa 120,000 send legend wapa ya fund wa itse ke simolotse ke betsa dedele I think ke tso go dira gantse cause banka ke re di check o maphakela ke sa bolo hetsa dio tseo ka bo ma10 e be ke tsenya madi seno tsenya madi ha di tsama bo ma 6 I had already doubled the money that I came with. So I'm greedy. That's one of the things saying gore di bola industry ya rona.
Greedy.
I'm greedy.
Okay,
I realize it's not trade e good tota mo eleng gore I think ka bo mana go tsonetsa se tsama 100,000 to mong kana gore ke na lo mong wa ke ye ke mo fundile plus wa profit e rana ha se ke di tswala se ke dire gore le re hanga keep maybe up until wa gona le hibo mo 8 ai man 300 be ke mo tshwere wasar kana 300 ke ra 100 o ke tanka ene o ke mo dirile lwa extra profit te ke mo dirile totally te be ke withdraw gona re nka boela gape go bank be ke ya go fix ya no this time I ke fix 200 ga re ke mo fixa na atana le profit e be ke sala gape ka stake se sengwe se ile gore ya no nka trade ke iketile remember kana ke tsere madi ke togetse 30k nyana and kana madi it's a lot trade like itse re go diragala ya boa iketile ya boa kgantele trade be petsa e suta account yotlhe it's on blow I think around boma because I get trade go le phakela tsa tseno e ntshokodise the whole of today ga go nna bo bosigo up until phakela I think around boma 6 ke sa robaleng fethu ke lebile lana gore okay tsama every 15 minutes ka I check trade le busy yang katele he man ka ntogile ile no na go ta gona I do smoke at times so ya no ka ta go ile go stressano ke tsa di go etsa mela dimo boxing ke di tsenya mo pateng ke a laela mo lapeno ta ke batho tsa go it's around about 5 dog ke tsenya di tsa mara it was okay because who didn't get number one ile sharp plus ke tsuru batho ba se motse go theogela so there is movement outside so ke a tswa ke ja go konyana ha itse ke be ke khakala ha ke tsuru account ya forex e blow ya because go gona le sudden movement go no diragala and then trade e be di tswala tsothi go re ngoletse no ntse hold ile loss lo sa teng ntse ya oketsa it's from 1000 to 1.5 1.5 to $2,000 $2,000 ya spike ya go 7,000 7,000 ngoletse ya go no 9,000 ha ka re 7,000 dole e spike ngwebe ya go bo 8.5 trade tse dingwe di a tswala tsotlhe di sala ka tse dingwe tse tebe di rana go la you blew all that money ngwe go togetse ka $700
damn
so ha ke tswana ne di sentse di rana profit not profit loss ye leng gore e ne le reasonable and le nna by that time because ke tsentse madi a matona ha di ntse di against me na ke a di oketsa ke na le belief ya gore di ta tsama towards my direction so ha ke tswana mo lapeng yana ke tsana mo khoneng yana itse go tsela le 5 minutes ke ro ke yana ta ke di check kana ke ntse ke mo kwa eng kana hey
wow
ha ke re ke checka di trade kana how di checkana that system o itela di rana yana ke le di balance o di bona o bona sengwe le seng hile la setup ele bula ke bona go le sekono go sena sepe se se rana so why this story so yana ke ipotsa gore kana ngwe ke network cause my guy it did a very impulsive moment when ke sa o solo he
so like it has wiped out
the whole 120k my guy wiped out and it's the reason why ne ke hile hope ke ntse ke itogela ha ya go tsena go losing loss a teng e ne eta ya go bigger loss e be eta iphokotsa go nga ile re e ne le $3,000 ya iphokotsa nyana ya go 1.5 so I'm having hope gore nya meta hele tsa re 0 loss e be ile gone e simolola wa profit so I'm just letting it pass hela gore no eta nna ntse direalo hey go dile ke roroma gore ke sa itsure ke tshwareka remember kana ke tswa go profit ne ke lebile bo 250k ka matho so now I'm 250k in profit to negative 150 I'm like yeah ke dirile worse boela go ntung ke roroma ke sa tlhaloganye go ireng ne ke se motho go gela mo ntung ke bonela ke betsa kwa ke le mo ntung ke itshuba ke a processa gape kana no ka banka ebile ke tsosa agent mo go le makuku go no ke ma ke re bona ke na le 30k ko poro mfandele because trade ile ka engine ka teng I so believe e ka nnela chance gape tsa madi le ka beleletsa ga mo te ke 30k remember ka re ne ke sna float kore ene ke na le cash nyana I think bo ma 5k but madi ana le go fix dingwe na madi ana le botokanyana ne ka tsheregantse so ya no ke tsa 30k nyana ba hela ka mo peleletsa mo teng ibile a se go be mphe chance ya la gore e ka nthaere dira profit sa la ka nkgagolela dikala a se go be tsene mo profit emotional trading being greed this business of ours e bata motho very emotionally intelligent. And I think the story of mine, it doesn't go beyond kera sa go blow kana madi a mantsi e le gore a go kila go tsana mo pelo. It doesn't go beyond motho e leng gore o tshwana le nna hela. Go na le batho ba e le gore I think maybe go ngeta someone o dio blow ile mo. Go ebile a blow mo ene ebile a sa tsenya gote at once. Go a tsenya tse tsena na le belief. O bana ba moja ote. So now it comes to a story ya gore now I haven't told you about my car scan. In my lot I had an S5. I had a Golf 6 GTI. I had a BMW E60. Di three tsote di moloto all my cars. So an again tsanong ke setse ke khankhamolotse fixed time. There is deals that we used to cut with bonabatho ba funda by the agents and stuff. Atsa go ra go tshepa like that o side. Wa itsuro ke khona to gona fast tibile. La ka go tsenyetsa madi o isu agree I told you it's a service ya gore o mo sendela madi ene go nela $, kana wa withdraw o mo sendela $, ene go nela cash. So there used to be guys ba ile ne re bereka le bona o gone go tshepa to an extent a gore o o mo tsenya go tsenyetsa madi a le o iso mo sendele madi o tata o mo a sendela kana seng wa tswara
Yeah.
because wa itse we credit o berekang ka yona so antse dingwe a dio tsene ke di dirile le gantsa goreng ebe ke buela those other guys ba ntshepa like that le I was good for it because deals that they regular ra di dira before
Yeah.
so ke gona o sendela madi ile dollar le no ta go sendela $500 ngwanaka o trade o tata o nela madi a teng and it was good because ha bona ba dumela yalo go ga tene go le good ka goreng ha ke ta ke withdraw madi let's say o nets $500 ha ke o dira $3,000 ha ke mo nele withdraw la teng he makes money out of that because wa go dira di deposit a split madi a teng a ba na le commissioner ya madi a teng because dollar ha o e rekisa gore o get dipula there's a difference in between that you get wa tsara go ga ke mo netse ha ke mo nela withdraw la $3,000 o itela go a dirile profit ya bo $3,000 go tswa hela wa tsara so that's a lot to him so nna ke itse re le nna nthusitse so dilo tsa teng ga a simologa yaanong ya ntla it doesn't go wrong o nnela madi a ile gore na soletse gore gongwe ke a go dira profit ka yona a blow a ba botsa gongwe ke go thope
it doesn't go wrong and it doesn't go right.
it goes wrong
It goes wrong.
It goes wrong.
Yeah.
a botsa ga ke go thope kana ne ke go netse 500 gongwe na le manyana ta ke go thope ka 500 kore even if la na ka nnela $3,000 I was good for it by the time kana ke ra monna nka dima 40k
So like that was the genesis of you getting into debts now.
I've gotten to that point now
Agent like cause like you lost that trade agent aba di manyo
I itse no good for that le ene ke a mmontsho re ema ka empole le ene bila re mona ne ke libile le nna ntsetse bokana tswa so wena ka gore ngo best gona na kana o good I trust you to maybe go recover at least some of your money wa tswa so ngo tshwara yana o ta ntirela ka bokana wa bona gongwe ke a go a thoka madi a bonga Friday wa petsa ntha gone a o be di gone ke a bua le nna shapeng ngwana ka bona ke ta go thiba ya again so ya no mo ke modumano again so ya no kantele it ends up getting to a point where losing streak ya me ya no isimola go nna bye so madi a spiritual me bra madi a spiritual ibile madi a kgoganya batho totally to a point e leng gore ha monna ana sa bata madi a gagwe nna mo case ya gagwe ke be ke tlhaloganya you need what's yours so nna go by that time ha ke na what's yours obviously ra thobogana there and there ha re simole re ka mo so ra thobogana ibile nna gantsa gore no kana ke bata madi a me yana le yana so now dikoloto tsa me yanong ka di agents hela kana ka batho ba close le nna tsara ra thobogana gantsa zaka gore la re e so re thobogana go thobogana kore ke re la re ha ke batho gore a ska re gona ke ma ke 300 tsenya fast e be nna ga ya gore bona kana malo a tsara so I'm like go padile yanong gore ke go busa madi ale ke lebela mo lote e ngwe kole ya ke thoki ha ke let me sell this one car e be ke rekisa kole ile be ke thiba sengwe sa me ke nna mnat I'm left with 2 good cars ntse ke sharp still kana gape a ke na zaka ha ke so
losing streak gape
losing streak gape ka le di client la di ta clientele ke batho ba ileng gore ha ba direla job nice they will always come so ya no ka re ke sentse ke kokometse ke losing streak ha ke sa go direle nice gona gore go dire ke ralo ke go trade on your behalf I'm not talking about funny stories now ke a go trade on your behalf o joey o tsenya 1000 to aje o tsenya o video aje do you think you come for the third time ke go just ke go to 2000 aje wa bounce nyana pele go emela go roto o bone ha se ke le mnat a ke re wena o je o ithobogile chief ghost guy na itse ganya teng wa ta ka le na try wa tsara so losing streak in na baya le nna gantleng yana be ke tswala di service ke ma pele yana guys a go le empele I told you about me loving go itradeela ke go itirela madi kana ke loser for wena le di client ke ithoboganya le lona so e be ke ema pele ka bola no service nyana ke a dimisa 2 minutes so there was a good friend of mine we used to like chill together for the longest mo di forex thing but he's a moneyed guy so that guy comes up one ponor cuz I get ne re gona chila mo one ponor zaka e kare high flow sharp this time around so I'm like okay no sure wa ka ntseng wena re no bona you know I'm running this business but a gitsuru kana ke go produce thata but o ka ta wa ncheka le itaka ke gitsuru motho you are good for it o ka batla o dira zaka go thoka go bona le sedimo ga memo ha ke gitsuru gore it's like that guy is advertising his business I exploit my situation a ke ro bona gona you know gore go nga ke tshwanna gona na ya ka ke tshwanne yana o gonong offera 3000 o batla go ntrapa ka ene wena o itse re ka mma kae mara wa itse ke na le koloi ntare ngwana kana bona wa re o setse morago ke dilo gongwe batla o thiba 1 2 3 nna nka gore nka tshwara dipampiri tsa go gela tsa koloi ya gago gonana o nne le 3000 to gate ke go ne le 3000 to wa tshwara mara wena o ka ntse o tsamaya ka ene kore o go nela di-offer nyana tse e le gore they are good to accept ta re no my guy bona pull up o ka tatsa sengwe ra to funda because o sentse re ipakanye le taka you know you're good for it le nna a dumela ebile le taka o dumela mo gone no ke am checka he fills in 10k mo gone 10k yanong kana no gore re ke madi a mantsi at that time because ke simtse go blowa kana no I appreciate that so the guy the guy now pulls up to me and I don't know ke gone ke chase what so come sign some other papers kana ke go netse madi a ne ke lebetse go dirisa that day comes up with a pile ya dipampiri. I'm like, I don't want to go through all this. When I'm putting a lot of dinsa, I don't know. I can't interest Leana. Yo, in that pile of papers, it implicates me to an extent that if I can go to your point, that guy has the rights. You know how loans are. The sheriff property what's that and you know every time how it's sheriff just know that you lost ha gona sheriff ka ileng gore let's say a ile re ngwe kgwebo ya jeo e be le re rekise di cameras let's say this camera is worth 50 e be le re gatela batiwa e be le re ngwe camera la go e bona ka 50 no la go jeo ha ile re ne ja 50 ngo gona na motho mo kolota te gona o ja gore rekisiwe fast ene kana mo inconvenience what's re bereka ya so on netse madi dipampiri di ho na ke tlhaloganye gore dintsha past time madi a le ha gona kwa kileng a dira gate ha gona sepe sa kileng a dira ke ra unloaning ka the first official loan that I got ele madi from someone else ha gona profit ya kileng a dira ibile a tsene ka the worst time nkene ke nna mo gone ke duela 4000 ke duela rente ke sala ka chinchi ke rono chinchi ke ne ke ta le kang go dira ya cause on netse time frame ya kgwedi ke tsu ke ta dira fast madi nowhere to be found kgwedi a tsena nteletse ekse my pa go ntsang wai ha ke na madi a nya sho ga re tebe ke tlhatlhela ka ine 30% a odimo nya wena ska wa ra ke si ha ile ra o sa khona gona ke ta tsenya 30 hela ke ta iketa and ka ntse tse ha o sa tlhaloganye tse 30% or rather the interest ha e dio mo mading let's say o tsere 10k profit a teng ile 3000 13k ha da tsenya 30 ha sa bala ile 10 wena o mo tshwere 13 ya ile re nka ba tsere 13 wa ba madima jowi yani because ntse o mo tshwere na le mmogo o tsa 30% ba bala odimo ga 13 instead of 10 so wena wa ka nyore gona no mo kolata 16000 e ka ntongo se mo kolata bo ma 18 with a mere 10000 o sa gore ga go gore o mo kolate half a madi so madi ala riana a khantele vrela no tam pontsha tsone di clause mo agreement or kana e supa yana morena or agreement ya ka tsena ha I'm like kana this guy nalene wasar mo di khantsa madi kana yang so ke utore ka re batho hala no kana no ebile o di bile le dikolo ya rena kana kole ya ka fetu ebile already since wa toro kole ya me ke tamosa gore go nne yalo 2 minutes ebile a se go nne di kha o tsene ka flat bed go lapeng a tsa kulo hilanta takole ebile a se go be ke tsene because I'm one person who accept and defeat as soon as possible ha se go re ntsela like bo 15 minutes re bua ke utlwe a ebile o tile ka flat bed ebile o duetse motho ka flat bed 700 a gona gore o ka butsa flat bed na gona ne ebile la ke na le 1000 donka mo lumisa ntomo kae a wa reverse ebile o tsa kulo now I'm left with one car. I'm like, fuck it, this guy ano nka rota nyetsa thata o tsere koloi ano gore lore e accumulate le two ka na mponsa di calculations tsa teng gore lore o e tsa hela yotlhe ha mpusetse le siki ka
yeah like let's
what's that so ya no gore lore ke sala ka koloi le one ha ke sala ka koloi le one I'm like kana that is my last car let me just sell it ke recover sengwe nga ke go boleletse ke accept the defeat there and there so ke accept the defeat fast ke le ka o rekisa kolele ke thibe dilo yo kolele I think most of the people one ne le kolele a different color because it was orange but wale bantsi na sa e batho bana ba tele neutral color because kana o rekile lo joy everyone around town knows you are riding you are riding around the Forex Boys car What's that? And so most people bana basa na le keletso go e reka. So there was only one boy na dira di forex le, and it seems like ne ke mo motivated in some type of way. So aba heletse lo re le no anthata ra utu ana sharp aba a kudiro go to rekisa go leta ke reka. But then the only problem ke gore go e rekiseng ga rona cause ne ke bata something like 100 mo go yona. E be sa re ke 100 the papum. E be nna no ta ke go nele boketekete pele ke tla go nela. Ane ka re le ne ke pitagane.
O re ya.
Ya no madi a o rekisang selo e be nnantsa ata yana ha di receive mokgwa wa ha kwa ba bona ha tseneng teng because you always know what I have money somewhere else wa tsara ga ya teng. So 2 minutes why papara everything blows lona madi a teng a ji.
Now you don't have a car.
Now I don't have a car.
Yeah,
I moved from going to thing that skating in a place going to get nothing.
What downgrade?
Yeah, downgrade. I get downgraded now. The only option that I have, to be honest, as of now, okay, there's still clientele out there. Clientele but I go dira le one still in
losing streak.
Hey, losing streak. I remember one guy mthako moanta ke le itake just thing aro fana mono happen tswele madu ke lo utsa motawara ria ora yana mo ke happen tswele madu so kana ora lo ha madi atale mo le nie ka na ke tsama ka le nie ka a ke a kwa ona
like on kami
so na ke happen tswele madu ene o gateng wa ntlhabele ne ke ha lebella ke re ke lebella no man but this guy is telling the truth madi an ke happen tswele madu go. So now I'm always thinking, still clientele sentelite. But now,
by this time.
I know we had our own issues and then we are no longer together.
I know what now.
Hey, also, but cancer thing, it's a different story to talk about. But because at the end of the day, she's the mother of my kid.
Yeah,
definitely. We just had our own personal things.
Shout out to my Ethan.
Yeah. So like that. So I didn't see the
one by this time.
By this time, no, I'm actually seeing someone.
No, Kirana Quail.
Yeah. I'm just alone.
Okay.
But I have some of my boys banalin now. But I just wanted to address the boys. Before how did I come into debt with other people as well? Truth be told, I had the most loyal friends I can ever have. But I view life as a different case scenario. Different. That's what. The reason I know I decided to pull out. I had my friends for the namesake Ilis Kudik and Keith. But now on that side, things were still okay. But so if I pull up today, maybe I need help because I know maybe you are my friend or something like that. Or can see Leana. Leana, wa level la pay okay. I know Kitala Homari Tusa Honsiana Leana. But it's so I got to know every time how taller, if get how high, how tall, if get how high. Because I'm agree to do this. My boys literally did what they could do by that time. And Hana Quinta Makana, Busolo push Busolo Bami, Abuka Misha, I go had the babu and Abuka Misha go and Nadio time had it amazing.
Fact.
But by that time, Nanyala, you are starting a family. Shout out to him. Kitty starting a family. What's that? You remember and you know what a family or similar.
Fact, yeah.
What's that? So you are not obliged to it has do dinner every time. So basis not to my case scenario. I totally understood. But I think in most desperate times, they were pulling up the way just that I couldn't publicize it all the time or no. And one other people my guys, do you understand I might come go smamang kana kire skudi kire ke shotile ka madi a bokete mphe one ka moso gape ke na le story ka moso wa bona go ala pise bilo ga tena le nna la ke le nna yala nka nna ha tse kora ke kana my guy you are starting being a nuisance because stories are go sena after again because a go ntsalo a se dikgang tse di nnang sharp. So to other people ba ntse ba na le curiosity ba ipotsa gore kana this guy nka ba thusa they did help. They did pull up high lore bana ba thoka go dira teng. And even other people ba bangwe ba ne ke sa ba itse strangers ba ile gore ke di good Samaritan, they will pull up bata ba sisa lore ba sisa teng. If no go thokagala kana ya. So now getting to the point gore how did I get into the story is different. It's our hey, wankolota, hey, odirayana, and all that. So remember, since I base at line 10, I think before I had clarity, Joey, every forex trader around B-Dub has a story of not dealing a proper way with client. Could line as a solver, sharp. Maker has a story in between, because that business are mad. And madung agono tsana gonana ono sna mad and try to say o leka go balance equation fast or no ha madi a gongwe a ka dira yana because ke soletse madi a nka dira yana, but it ends up go sa diragale yalo. And then ha go sa diragala gore kana ke milo, and why do how ona le mollo o bole ka o thiba kae ha yo failure. Do you know that you ona le melo 82? Ha yo tiswa boraro re lo ka o thiba melo le mebedi ele o e kopantse o failure ona le melo 83. So inzi hela ya la tsara. So there is actually one thing saying gore di client di dira the wrong thing, and I want to clarify that because going forward go ngo tsentse re ba itse di khantse ding. When you are meeting someone e le ro dira forex and gongwe o bata gore a go dirile di service tse le ro di sharp gona le batho ba ileng gore ha ile re bata ba bata madi fast tsara gore matata re mo ne ke na le 1000 gona ne ka toron trade ele ibile ke na di account ngwe kana ke dirisa phone ya snana mme nka go sendela orange money now nya ke a suta stories ya gono no tang update ke ta go sendela message go Facebook ke bereka Facebook ya okay no sure ke ta dire ya wa tsenya 1000 na tsena gongwe legitimately ke a mo tsaya ke a mo funda ke dirisa di accounts am by that time tsami because gongwe everything is always running again ke a tsenya madi ke a leka go trade gongwe gona go letsa mo forex nka re mfetu re gona o tsenya madi gona the next 30 minutes e verse naone kana ke madi a it doesn't matter gongwe o tsentse 1000 ha ya go nteletsa gongwe ka bo mo 2 ma 3 hours ba to check progress gongwe ya ka ngwana re hana phone a gone go bona sepe ke maere kana morena a go tsama sent when all you can you believe that? You can't. You can't believe gore mtako gore a roji wena kana it was your hard earned money gongwe gore o bone 1000 o tswa go kuba jarata ga chief ghosty o tswa go thatsotswa joyi wa shene o bo gona go bakanya 1000 wa tswara. So how ta go forex is heartless. It will show you flames ha ina nako gore o tswa tsa madi ka ya go tsela one there and there ha e ba ya go betsa straight. So ya no you wouldn't believe that because nako yo bona ha ile go thatso wa shina joyi gore go ne 300 so 3 hours gore you at least gonna have the concept gore no gongwe gore madi a dirwe go tswa lo baka lo kana gore madi a ka jwa yana le yana. So I think that is the most volatile business you can ever tap into. How sentso o le motho forex exactly brings big rewards lo gone still after you know 2 hours to bontela tso gone check up gone go letsa to good news gore mpena number orange money go direla 4000 to you are back was similar to lona ka but the only pack e leng gore batho ha ba utane le one sharp ke ha go tsenega ya go lose bona go forex house go lose nka be everyone ale happy gona re tsere sengwe le sengwe tsa mamona, but the only lost part ke yona sa tsameng sharp kana losing wa itse le yena la o ka loser relative kana o ka loser it always hurts le ha ile madi le ona utsa bothoko. So hatred e tena gore so se dirileng yalo se se ka go tsasa nda ile maybe you lost a relative ana tsama ka gusheshi ngona ro bona gusheshi na go ngobo kgwale nqala bo he because ke ne go balaetse motho o no utana le no sa me sure ke yone e dirileng yalo. So le one ha o bona gore motho kana o no morile a go thuse me ha go thusa shapo a rojelwe gore la gore ha o mona gore ha o twanele ene senta o type away sharp. So ya no na no ha go tsana di gantse remember I'm broke as fuck ha ke na le any stream of income ibile I'm still new to that. The stigma go se montse go nna le di whispers kana this guy di koli gona na ke mone maloba a tola skontere yo mo gona kopana le nna gore every time I meet e ka audine money ibile ngwe ke sa mo aketse ke magara fedi audi ke rekisitse how tswa nne mona wa tsara ko ra ba totlatanyana dikganyana tse le di bringa energy nyana bo stigma or it's like ba batla rona ashamed of that and whatsoever wa tsara ha o tsena gongwe ko diplekeng tse ile gore you're used to them bo deja vu go gonana a ke re ba tsa go lete mara you decided no let me just step outside ke ntsha stress nyana ha o tsena ka ha o tsene ko VIP o tsere 300 is a lot o tsena o reka di 6 pack tsa go tse pedi o nna ko general o ntse ka kwa nne mo a re pota ka ba sa no ha go ha pata ma ilete gona so the stigma and whatsoever so yeah no I'm like I need to sit down and try to get back ya no ke le ka go nna se ke bona gore ke tsenye pressure yotlhe tla ntse mo gono rata ya ka motho a bua nna ke hetsa dikgang ka bonako ha ta go nna ta dumelo re gongwe madi a gongwe ke sa mo direla sentle ne ke gone mo ra ke re nya sharp ke ta wa refund gore e se kganya gore ha ke a mo direla sentle ke bata gore ka moso a ba file gore gongwe ke dilelene sentle for peace sake legitimately you sent me 1,000 gongwe sna bo di account or something a ba tsena mo account ka nnete e gongwe ke go bontsha le details ha o tlhaloganye sepe the moment madi a teng a blow o bota o sa dumeleganye ke gone gore a ke re for peace nya ke ta go batela 1,000 tana go so to that ke sekolota no a ke re side wa go kolota because for peace ke go retse ke re ke ta go nela madi a go back but initially ha re lebella madi a go a jile ke platform e le gore we both agreed gore ke go dirile ya
gore ke risk
and to clarify that most of my cases di simolotse ko gore 1 2 ela a ke re nna ke itse gore ngwe after a day or two a tebe ke gone o dira madi a ke ne ke dira di peace wa tsara so e be di mpola a ke re all the time ha ke se ke go retse ke ta direla kana nka ta ke thena gape gore a ke re emone a re boele go mora gona ke sa gonela madi a go because go khosa dintwa wa tsara so for peace sake ha di kgantsa di diragala time and again I sat down e be di nna dintsi so e be go nna di here and there case scenario so ile monna go le month end go monna ro lebela kitchen ana dijo hana eng me ngwe motho a ro senda 300 to batho trade ha ro lebela 300 to le ngora kana this small man remember I am coming from big man wa do 300 go go sokolwa tota gore ngwe motho a heletsa dirile madi wa bona so you know decided ta ke tse 300 nyana ke le go ngo tatsa mo madi a rente ke thiba kana le ndo le na o mana ka wa bona mtha go ngwe ka moso ke tata ke bone 300 tata ke le go ntsha mollo you know actually I've heard this interesting story I think in a trend mabane I saw some lady a bua gore kana the government of Botswana or rather the finance minister ga to tsa madi a the pensioners funds she o thiba di salary tsa government employees batho bangwe ba mo besha bangwe ba le unreasonable so they are saying lenna I think story sa teng ka se relate ene re ha ke na le mollo gongwe kana ke na le sekoloto when an opportunity comes in ke itse re ta ke tsae ka ga go leng fresh ke thibe go old so that thing it never ends so I was actually in the comment section ke le go ruta di reasons tsa ba re okay no sure ha le re even if the government a rona gore le gore o dira yalo sente ke ba to uto re ngwe gato o rela gore o ka heletsa solution a go madi a le rotsa ma kolota yana le wa go heletsa sekoloto sa nnete a se thibile ka tselentseng jang wa tsara so maybe I needed to learn that gore le nna kana go re ha ile re o bona government go no ira yana go le re gongwe ka go akanya ne ke gone o dire dikgang tse le re financially wise go ne dile wise mme gape this are new wise because ke clientele man ha o tsama dia motho o thiba ka khantele o nna le molole 1 2 3 4 5 of which it ends up go thobagantsela batho ba le bantsi
so like around how much are you sitting on right now in debts dikoloto hela
I've actually done the calculations because hey my guy it was a lot pasar it was a lot ya ka utene kere ba mongwe gone bona re kana there was someone ile re gone re a bona re this guy ga to kolota batho le nna gona na gongwe re builela sente ke mothalosedi ya sente gore no my guy kana you know this happened
about advantage
aba dumela gore nya mme ke jile when it comes to social media platforms hanga ga o khanela ro type everyone is entitled amara le nna wa ngolo pasar but to all those to my knowledge it can come up to ma 15k
no 15k
that I need to distribute out ke busetse Botswana dio tsa bone and start getting on my own gore inking what's that so Lidi
I've been thinking that my 500k.
500.
Can't was the go to see it when I was what was some mood you noticed?
I've actually wanted to tell you about that or no. You know how kore ha ke batho ba classify kana
Yeah.
but motho mo kolota madi a bae
Yeah,
o itse di proper channel gore ka nnete ke a go tsaya madi aka go side
Yeah.
ke a go dira yana ebile kgang ya rona ya go buiwela smart re gona tele ka kole gone ha re tla re nna le meeting re gone mongwe a rona a duelela lunch re bua ka madi re a kolotana kolota motho a ne re di bula mo le gona betsana go what's that trending and all that but at the end of the day I feel like it's your own property at the end of the day.
No.
But reason why you buang, I get on currently. When I before. I had cleared out others.
Like you've cleared out.
So I'm a work in progress.
Oh yeah, shout out.
I'm a work in progress.
Yeah, and then you took a bold step like the other day when you posted it appealing to the public to help you out so that we will register it out. Big ups to you for like one thing, like for not killing yourself, dog. Like a lot of people when they're going through a downfall, like they kill themselves, you know. May it be finances, may it be relationships, may it be whatsoever, you know. Yeah, like that's a bold move and all that. Yeah. Shout out to you on that.
Big time.
You know, yeah. And then you appeal to the public so that Bago sees it, so that you go back to school. Big ups to you on that as well for deciding to go back to school. You know, a lot of us never really understand when someone wants to go back to school and all that. But when like you said, education is always a good backup plan and all that. And so I encourage you to go back to school as well. We all feel later and all that. So how has that been going so far? When you thinking the public that they help you out and all that?
You know actually what happened? I did that post I actually have this. I always see I'm one of the people by Lore insomnia straight. I can sleep around Boma half 4. Ke totse ke le gona bona la ke tswa gona ya a ke re go botse ke dile ka keo ke la hala ke tswa ke apola ba ke la ke tsena mo strateng ke a go leka go hustla tsara go ke a go pitcha kwa lapeng around bo ma 11 ke resta ke batla sengsa go jwa ke a tlhapa. That's that. So at one morning I'm like dude kana university anong DTF ne sa tswa go ntsha announcement a rona o bone ebile gotlhelele because I was definitely sure gore the results tsa me ka DMing ka teng my performance at the university I'm definitely getting back into the re-sponsorship program. But because of the government it said baitletso go sna madi and what's or not, so they were saying we are definitely not re-sponsoring any student this year. So no one had the limitations. I was like fuck, I'm fucked. I need to pay almost Boma 28,000 for semester and I think I gave 4 or 5 months. Get an or the exams I'm so tuition fee and whatever, totaling up to that amount. So I'm like, the first amount, the first step is like teaching a kid how to walk. So I'm like, I'm not trying to be a charity case because I've always believed in myself. Let's not call there is not someone who think that who declare lie on my own. I get Saramo Garian, I get Saramo Garian, I get Saramo Garian. But when you communicate alone, I got a great motomudim. Kenzige venture most and so month end what. So I'm like, date etaburile. So by the high lorica who copa to so mobile and Hakasahono Kobakayamadi. Skolosibula Gausan, what if I don't find the help? Because Kido Zete messed up. I got emotionally ready. So I did that on social media. Shout out to Basta. Basta's like Wamizi Basta. Basta's always been like my big friend from way back. I'm always looking up there supporting one another. So he saw my post. Basta is like connections, my guy. Those are one of the guys when they tap onto something, it happens. So Basta shares my posty. 2 minutes connection is our Basta. There is actually Mr. Lawrence Okedize, the minister. One story. One comment he's asking, how legit is this guy? And Shabasare Okatusegane, my guy. So one of our group. They were like vouching for me. Like, hey, my guy, I've known this guy, but his story now is a different story. le ka mo Caesar ebile le a tswa hela mo kgang ya Facebook 2 minutes WhatsApp a me tsenya message Mr. Lawrence text me I'm Mr. blah blah go ntsana le ana I need to pay for this because I only needed like a quarter of what I'm going to pay at the university gore ke gone go tsena class. That is the payment plan e le gore UB e nela bana ba ituelela gore they're not saying gore o tsene mo UB o botswe duela madi otlhe there and there. They're saying at least pay a quarter o bo gone o dira do tse dingwe you'll still continue paying but how he tsa sengwe le sengwe kana wo di exam gore bona di results you should have cleared wa tshwara gantsa teng. So the minister actually paid a whole lot of the money that I needed. Ebe ka moswa then direct ebile ke a go register sengwe sengwe sa mosena shapo. So right now I'm actually waiting for go tsenela mo classeng but I only have the balance ya go duela the other fees of which I had thought nna mo go nna hela isn't I had thought I want to go do that on my own ke ska gare gape go le mantende beta ke nna yo ke bata gore le thiana so I actually got the money he let us know kopana there and there went back ke dropa post ya rona Batswana ke lebogile go menagane wa tshwara so don't ever push money to the side because being a charity case tata lo ena strength sa gago se hele tse gore a se re no ja easy la gore epela everything is well those people got you wa tshwara but lo ena o itse no me kana you have your own peculiar stand.
Yeah, shout out to you, man.
Big time.
How you planning on giving back to Botswana? Like have you thought of that yet?
Big time. Le na go ne ke le teng. I get you used to see na go ne ba fana ba di forex ba gona na life. Ba re go tgontswa di e-wallet. I was never a big fan of that. But check what I did. I had a lot of people coming to my inbox. Even to this day, even I met some other guy and tell me, guy, 1,000. Kana kira ki kopana mo filling station. 1,000. I think some other guy on text and tar what ana madia ne me o tswa phalape o bile to interview 300 was not to me ebile tota na ntaro bata 100 because na re kana rota tatsa ka mangwe ke ma ke re 300 he came did a story a bunch of people ba ileng gore bana ba dira I was doing it as a silent move because I've always thought giving back kana ha motho ha se mang le mang yo coming up to khantse wa tswa le nna gona I believe Mr. Lawrence gongwe ha ile re nke be ke itse di channel nke be ke buile le bo basta kore silently direct messages wa bona e be ke go bona thuso ke sa publicize it's not everyone you ratang go publicize khantsa tsa di dirile so to me what I always done go thusa kana go ira ka tsela e pehela I've always done that on a low key platform and it has always been giving me a certain backup because le mo inbox ha motho ha bona gote kana this and this is happening a batang khagola kana ke ra ke lebetse because I can't keep tabs or kana ke thuse chief ghost ke thuse Joey make sa ba itse wa bona so I just do ha ba sno dira bona ke bona ba nkitsi but I bona okay kana this guy is going through shit but let me just at least kana le message of hope era no ngwana ka ska ithoba go ntsana lana le ana tswa so but hella I've always been motho ha batho in a different man even le gone go UB I remember ke tlo go appreciate some other time ke cause ne ke itse gore that university most of the people ba gone go sokola batho ba sa itse tswa mostly students because bangwe ba depend mo di allowancing bo go jana allowance tsene sala ka o heditse madi and stuff like that wa bona so most of the time ha kgwedi le ga gare ha ke ra kgwedi simologa le be tswere madi ha kgwedi le ga gare I had this program every Friday wa teng kgwedi le ga gare ke nna ke tsena ke distribute something like 500 ke ne ke monela some other guy ene na itse gore wa go distribute madi a teng kana play ke $25 I think mo 100 pulling di tswa di le 4 so you multiply 4 times mo tse di tswa mo 500 it was a lot so nna ke ke monela madi ela ene you know gore wa itse gore o ka siza male mawa so all the time and whatsoever.
Which is good. So now like going forward, like what's the plan? Like you're going back to school and you are hustle like like that's what you focused on right now.
From the way
hey,
I'm planning on doing that actually. I'm so planning on doing that. There was a point telling gore cause gela kwa ki lebella gore okay no sure ke eng se short-ang kana ke eng se ke batlang go se dira gape wa tshwara so I like kana gona ke a ituela gape and I need to be having cash at any point, so I was like okay no sure ha ke phula back nyana I'm not actually leaving Forex. People got my idea gore kana Forex killed me like this. They're thinking that okay ke a pull out or something. I will actually explain gore what happened gore ke tsa step back wa tshwara but gona na ha ke re e ke tsa step back e ke lebella kgantsa sgela I was like ke ntse ke thoka a stream of income, so ha ile re ke tsere Forex ke betse ka thoko I need to be having stream of income sa gore ke nne ntse ke tshwara kwa le kwa wa tshwara so ka go be there a lot of opportunities tse le ro ka di dira tot of which specifically I've never sat down ke itse gore idea ke yona ke go e dira but hela I just know that I'm having businesses that I'm gonna start up ha ke le ko sgile tse le re at least yana monna ha ro bala bone 300 a tikelle mo fixed ding a duele because I'm so sure ha se di khantse di ka mpalla ntse
yeah. Shout out to you man nigga.
Exactly.
Your journey is quite inspiring. Like I said Risimola or sometimes on the show, it's not all the times that a man would just come up and say yo I need help and all that, you know, and I'd meet her like could admit her like gore yo ke je
o jelo fit because you know mo strating gape there's a stigma ka ke go boleletse you know for me to walk up la re ka tswa gona go like let's get something and what re ga feel a high PG ha ka tswa ha king the first shop ke spa kana ke chicken lick and whatever ka go tsena go Kevin Yale just that re ntsa lo ro tlhaban an ka go tswa ka go tsena go Kevin Yale smamang a sa ntemoga gore this guy ke Cyde ebile kana a mpuisitse live jive so some people ba go buisa bangwe ba judge ba bangwe ba go buisa go tele kana ke gona nna sora ke na ditse gona na ke iketile o bona gore batho okay o ba utwa lo yena or no ba bua ka ga wena kana seng wa tsara o ntse o na le bone gono wa tsara ka ya teng so the stigma sa gore ha ba go bona let's say in state se le re ba go solela re ba se mo go sone it brings questions and doubts. So it is always best to ease yourself the pressure on your shoulders. Gore o itse gore gona na a ka mpona le se ghost ka mosoko ra ke re ngwana ka bona thamana ntaletsa ka 10 re ngwe ra healing ro ntaletsa o bosa makali o ipuzora kana this guy used to blow up wa tsara o bosa makali kana o bore le nna go mpa ka safe siding ke itse gore when I'm starting again or starting afresh ke le ka go build this ke na le confidence gore okay no sure ke ikamogetse batho ba nkamogetse these things they do happen ka ba ka nya ke dileng di phoso thing so now I'm going back again ya ka mpotsa gore wa go dira di headset kana go dira cable gongwe ke gona gore ke potologana ke bona client kante client a meu ke motho hela go gona no sana le madi bile o batla go itsena go dating but it's someone that I empowered back then ne ke le role model a gago ya no gona na ask na phoso gore oh my cap man ke role model am so I'm trying to put myself in a safe situation or ha ke tsena ka ha ba ska makala gore okay ke pushing kana ke pushing wa tswana so but hela na se di khantse le re dintsere in anyway ya gore nka feel gore ha ke tsene mo bathong kana ke rileng kore hela curiosity ya gore why is this guy doing that batho ba bua batho ba reng yes I know I've wronged people ebile gongwe ba kana head for that and I'm sorry to everyone we have had issues re di sotile out kana we have issues we are sorting them out wa tshwara motho o dira diphoso wa itshwarelwa wa bakanya life goes on
definitely you've actually humbled yourself my guy and that is pretty good dog that's something that is good the scripture says God blesses the humbled
exactly
you know and he humbles the pride so that he can bless them so as humbled as you are my guy like this is your God encountering moment you know one thing that people don't understand is that God would hardly meet you you know like he encounters you all classy because like how classy like that's when your heart is open and vulnerable and that's when you pay more attention to him you get it so God is always impressed whenever like you humble yourself, dog. That's why I want to humble yourself. You know, like that's why the wise Baba and Linyuko like they're always humble. You know, because they know like they need to lower themselves down to God and all that. And also the scripture says a good man falls 7 times, but he always he always rise back up. You know, you fall once, you rise up twice, rise up thrice, 5 times like that, dog, 7 times, and yeah, that's what you're doing, dog. You're not only rebuilding your brand and finances, like you are rebuilding your soul as well. And you know that's good, man. Like there's another story, famous story, like on the Bible, the story of Job. Like he was a rich man, very rich man. He lost everything, but eventually he was restored double. Everything that he had, like, it was restored. So yeah, I keep on praying, my nigga. I keep on going. I keep on the journey and all that, and keep on being humble, dog. Like, you'll be restored. Like I told you, dog. I like your story, you know. Yeah, cause it's familiar. You get it, and yeah, I think I can tell how it will end eventually. Like, you're gonna get restored, man. Yeah, big ups to you. Anything that you'd like to say? Lastly,
for the upcoming ones,
yeah.
Because most definitely you'll think that when someone is pulling out kana alimo it means that everyone is gonna go through that.
Yeah.
But hella the aim out there for other people is that I think philosophy thing, we are working around the metrics. The metrics our social lives, since our 9 to 5s and whatever. But that I want to base on metrics go Forex. Could you are trapped inside the system? System how it trapped inside you. You're gonna be looking up to Cyde.
Yeah.
Cyde does that. So the only sole thing that you're gonna be thinking of or look up to someone. Don't you think that it is always best for something in a different manner? I mean, like, na akis na wakana I be go gidere, my guy. Has someone sa patala hele bile begin na come out clean re na wana sebeselen thing, guys. But to my expectation, I thought guys in the industry ba ngobana ba tabangwe le gone ba tepa ini ba gone ele gone ba nna le breakthrough would learn a lesson. Okay, madi a tshwarwa ya ke gona o makala gona na o sna go dira 100,000 wa go tsega le go thona maybe gongwe is the first o gona go re ga te o bo re ha o sna go dira yalo cause a ke rena ke dirile yalo before when o bo re o sna go dira lo bo tsa khanyelo bo vuthelela sengwe le sengwe mo go inaiseng kana mo go getting all the fancy things before getting to a point that gore o le mo gore kana go ke system e ka re madi a teng a forex a diriletse gore one anna a diro aba hetaela mo go direng do tse dingwe wa I mean, like, we have other things you can do, like vest into something, try to pitch in gona na ke tsa ke re ha ile re madi a balang gona. Don't you think nka be ke sena ntlo la ile go tlokeng go mora wa ke madi a mantse ile 250 yo ke morang ke re ne ke go mono funda ka letsatsi ke a tsenela ke bata setsangwe ke simolo go bata go tsholetsa wa but it's a matrix ile kids nowadays or traders nowadays still they're not following up wa bone ba bata gore gona na hela at the moment o di tshwara di profit re go kopana re bona ko Hilton re khabile re go kopana re bona ko di clubong re nwa majalo a rile ke tsamaye ka go le ya bolebelebe wa but of which I'm not saying it's wrong, but I'm saying get a mindset wa gore tswa mo system, get out of the system and try to think of something else. Gore o ne forex trader before you had a dream. You had a dream, you had to run an agency, let's say maybe a reception agency, rent these classic cars, you wanna push Gaolo, you wanna push whatsoever. Use forex as a funding tool. For at least the money that you get, because take it and fuel it the side. Hey, now you are pitching when you want the biggest camera you can ever have. So use that tool as something saying where you fuel my deal or ataka. Because one thing that I've realized, life businesses I idea a lot, but the only things is life businesses you having a bad day of business or a bad week. Let's say I have a portfolio, business dijo tse ke di rekisang. Ke na le store go Francetown, Gato, Gaborone kae Maung. ebe ya ka morelo wa maloba no le go molapo o ta tsa stolo sa me sa gaborone. Do you see that I still have other backups? Mara go forex ha go diriya ha go tsaya go tsela go gotle. What backup do you have? Now you see the real business will give you a better idea gore madi o ka manage ya.
Most definitely.
And also the only last thing that se se ka re tsenyang dingalo ke financial discipline, my guy. Hey, that one is a different topic to talk about. But hella I've been trying to sit down and study what, okay, how does discipline work? Because motho go no tanja nna ke tso go tshwara madi a tshwana as far as 500,000 ene amogela 10,000 every month yo le ro sure permanent and pensionable maar still len ha ka ntshipentsa do tsile ro o kila di tirela ever since I hire so it's not about khanya judgment gore no side was bad to do this because that I'm bad because I made that that's we were tshela le tsone but the only thing say lore rotho ngore be re tshwana ka sone ke khanya financial discipline
definitely
so khanya ke yone but I had a big shout out to all the guys by Lengore I've been with. Big shout out to Trust Maseko, Elias, Bonobo Scudi, Keith, Shipe, and other guys. They're like my guys by Lengore. I sat down, Helasin Telebone, Ladu, Dincho, they'll come out, sit down, and say, no, Shapokons and try to do this, and I try to do this, there. Yeah.
Definitely. Chief Ghost, I'm used to you adding something, dog. Now that you out of the the frame, I don't know. Yeah, well, guys, thank you so much for tuning in, man. Cyde. Thank you so much, my brother.
Sure, my king.
To the overviewers, don't forget, man. God is love. Don't you ever doubt that for a second. Vrrr, pa, we out.
From the get-go, this station is now the ultimate power in the